All right, guys, welcome to the Real Talk podcast. Today we got me, Deshaun, we got Brandon, we got Dracula,
So, dude.
and we got Kev, otherwise known as
Weapon
Weapon X. So we usually start this off with, what have we watched lately? Since, well, I guess last week's show wasn't recorded, so this is the first episode. So, have you guys watched anything new, or did you want to just re-add what you said last week into it?
I mean, I guess we've all watched a whole bunch of stuff since last week. So,
Yeah.
the Snyder Cut felt like an infinity.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing, right? Was the Snyder Cut. I think that's what everyone. Snyder Cut and Falcon and the Winter Soldier was like.
I saw somebody seriously say that they watched it 4 times. So you watched 16 hours
Oh
of
my
that
god.
movie
But
in 2 days?
has it been 16 hours since it's come out? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of when the people play video games and are like, oh, bro, yeah, I've already logged in like 300 hours. It's like, dude, it just came out, bro.
I feel attacked right now.
Exactly. How do you do that shit?
I feel attacked right now.
Dog, I be so mad when I be like, yo, everybody be playing the game and then it's like, how far you got? Oh, I'm on like level 50. Dog, the game just came out. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you guys are talking to someone who has like 3,000 hours.
Yo.
So Dracula, you been watching anything lately, or it's the same for you?
Honestly, the same for me. Like, I watched, Jackie Chan movies this week, but that
Ooh,
doesn't
which
count.
one? See, that's
Well,
different.
Hey, last week we watched Drunken Master, the original.
Okay.
And then we watched Police
I haven't
Story.
seen that in years.
Bro. And like the conclusion that I came to after watching both those movies was, how the fuck is Jackie Chan still alive?
Because that man was doing all his stunts, dog. And they was crazy stunts at that.
Yeah.
Crazy stunts.
Dude,
Like, you think Tom Cruise is crazy, but Jackie Chan's like another level.
because he does everything. No wires, no bullshit. Especially the old fucking Chinese movies where they didn't have the American restrictions.
Yeah. I watched one Chinese movie. They were like actually running through windows, like practically running through windows. It's fucking crazy.
Like-
Well, he slid with like the end of Police Story. He broke through like a whole, not even a window, like plate glass, and then fell on a hard floor.
That's horrible.
I think for those they use something. I forget what's the type of glass they use, but it's
It's like an impact glass.
safer glass or something. Yeah, like safer.
Mm-hmm. And supposed to like break his
Alright.
fall too.
Isn't it like made out of rice or some crap? It's like rice. For real.
I think it's like sugar. Something. It was something. It's something weird. I have to look
Yeah,
it
it's
up.
like sugar glass, some shit. It's
yeah,
like
something. It's,
like how you always break the bottles over people's heads.
yeah, exactly. I want to do that in real life at least once.
Yeah. I feel like that's on
Nah.
everyone's bucket list. Just start a bar fight with that.
Just yeah. You don't break the glass, you just murder somebody. Like,
Yeah.
Until you
Like, it's not what I wanted.
it's just like, oh shit! The guy just
Brandon Lee scenario.
You laid him out like a Family Guy character. All right, so I've still been on my MCU binge lately. So the most recent thing I watched was Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
So
Oh wow.
it's a decent movie. Like,
Second time.
that's pretty much all I've watched besides Zack Snyder's and what's the other show? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They gotta have a shorter name for that show, man.
Dude,
That name is way too
Captain
long.
America and the Winter Soldier, and I'm like, bro, that's not. At all.
Like, I'm just gonna call it Falcon for short. Fuck
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
That's what I've been calling. I've been calling it Falcon.
That's black people's reparations. We just won't say Winter Soldier.
It's hilarious.
So I guess we're gonna move on to news. So we actually had this for last week's topic, but we never got to it. Apparently there's a new universe I don't know if it's gonna be shows and movies or just shows, but they just announced there's an Avatar Studios, which is the Last Airbender, not the blue people. Um, and it's gonna be with the original show's creators in charge of that universe. Because if you've been keeping up with that, they've been getting screwed over by Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Like as far as like studio meddling and everything. Um, are you guys excited for Avatar projects or?
Is it confirmed to be like more Aang? Is it Aang stuff, or is it just?
I'm pretty sure it's just the universe. It's not gonna be just Aang, if at all.
Then absolutely, bro. That's one of the best American animations of all time. Like, Avatar is fire. So,
Yep.
Korra, fantastic. I haven't finished it. I still have to finish book 3 and 4. Which I should probably get on, but I'm hyped. That's good news for me.
What about you, Dracula?
I mean, know about it. I'm gonna give it a chance. If they do it right, I'm into it. If I'm not grabbed by it, probably not gonna give
Are
it
you a fan of the original shows?
Yeah, I watched it back in the day. Before I left for the military, I watched it consecutively, like from front to finish. And I mean, I fucking loved it. But Legend of Korra, I never watched. Got that on my list of animes that I gotta watch. But then I started like what do you call it, Demon Slayer last week. So I watched like another 6 episodes of that yesterday. So
But you said last episode you were like that you watched the first 3 episodes, and so you still don't like it.
I mean, no. I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it was weird.
Okay, that's true.
But I like it. It's a good weird. It's not a bad weird.
Wait 1 second. I'm having mic trouble. I'll be right back.
All right, man.
All right. So I guess I'll go next then. So it depends on what the universe. I guess they're gonna cover everything, but this is gonna sound weird. But I'm not really into the spiritual stuff of Avatar. Like, I enjoyed the original show. That's like 10 out of 10 for me. The original show. I like Korra up until they got into like the spirit world stuff. Like when all the creatures come into like the physical world, and it became
that
like
was
Pokemon or something.
That shit was bad.
Yeah, so I like what I like most about Avatar is like the spiritual stuff sprinkled in, but mostly the political stuff is what interests me about Avatar. So I mainly want the political stuff because I'm interested in that, but I also wouldn't mind something about like the first Avatar because that was the most interesting part of Korra to me. Like the
I mean, I did.
Oh, my bad. Oh no, you're good.
I was gonna say I enjoyed the first Avatar. That whole like how they showed how the first Avatar came before. That was really cool.
Yeah, I like that. But
Like,
I don't like when they're sprinkled into the world like Pokemon creatures or something. I don't really like that.
Well, I mean, it had to do with the fact that like the first Aang was literally a monk, so he had the spiritual side covered. Like they didn't have to show that. Like it was more just about him. Like they were just different avatars. Like, and it makes sense. Like in a modern age, the avatar, like she has a weak spiritual connections. Like they had to like really drill in home. Like she needs to find to be powerful. She needs to reawaken her spiritual. Like, you know, because it's equal footing kind of stuff. So yeah, hopefully the next one is, you know, hopefully she's better down the middle, like kind of thing. Like yeah, because I don't want to spend a lot of time in the spiritual stuff. Like I'd rather you just master the elements and kick ass. Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, but look how long it took Aang to master the elements, though. Like it took him forever.
Not
the only element that took her the longest to master was airbending. She couldn't get down on airbending. Aang,
yeah, because of the spiritual stuff.
Yeah, Aang took a minute to like master everything else.
Yeah,
I mean, she was better than him there.
But she did have 3 of them down before becoming the Avatar. So
Yeah.
Yeah, as a child, she was doing firebending, waterbending, and rock bending as a child.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, the whole universe is fired. Like, it reminds me of Golden Sun. Golden Sun is one of my favorite video games of all time. So, you know,
Man, I haven't played Golden Sun since Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's what that series was on, was the Game Boy. So, all about people using elements to fight. You know what I mean? That shit's cool.
Oh, and y'all remember the Red Lotus though? I think it's the Red Lotus on Korra. Is it the Red Lotus or
is that the villains from the first? Oh no, that's the villains from the third season,
Lotus, isn't it?
The White Lotus. I think it's the White Lotus. Yeah, they were.
Is that who Iroh was a part of? The White Lotus?
They protect the Avatar.
Zahir. No, Zahir. Zahir, you know, the one who became like
yeah.
He flew, and his whole crew. Them guys is banging.
I never finished. That's the season I didn't finish. Like I finished everything up to that.
Korra.
Oh, so you didn't beat Korra? I mean, not beat. You didn't finish the whole
beat it?
I didn't finish the whole series, but
oh, you're right, dude. It is the Red Lotus. I have not finished it. Yeah, this is from something I haven't seen. Yeah.
Damn. Oh, you gotta catch up.
I need to finish book 3 and 4.
Because Zahir was a beast.
Yeah, I heard he's the best villain in the entire show.
Shit, so.
He was a beast.
I really like, what was the guy's name? Amon? The first villain? I really liked him.
He was bad.
Oh yeah, when he was still in like he was cutting off people bending powers and stuff.
Yeah. I think that guy had good screen presence. Like you felt like someone was gonna get fucked up when he was on screen.
Yeah, I was like, this is cool, bro. This is a dark villain.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we could all say we're all looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The next topic we have is it's not really new news, but it's something I wanted to talk about. It's they announced the cast for a new Borderlands movie. I don't know if you guys are into Borderlands. You're into Borderlands?
I mean,
so,
I played a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, same here.
Oh,
so Borderlands is kind of like, I guess we can call it a comedy. That'd be accurate. Like a comedy looter shooter game.
Oh,
but
really a comedy. It's comedy first and foremost. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So they announced the cast for it. And so I guess we have Kevin Hart playing his Claptrap. Is Kevin Hart Claptrap?
I'm out. I'm out, bro. Actually,
oh no, he's playing
Kevin
as
Hart
Roland.
is really
He's not
annoying.
Claptrap.
Actually, Kevin Hart is really annoying, and so is Claptrap.
I was gonna say that makes a little sense.
Where he's never gonna shut up the entire movie.
He's not Claptrap actually. He's Roland.
Roland?
Yeah, he's Roland.
Oh, this movie's gonna be a pile of shit.
Oh, so Claptrap is Jack Black. Which I feel like that's backwards. Like I feel like Kevin Hart is more accurate as Claptrap, and Jack Black could be someone
Jack
else.
Black should have been Marcus.
Yeah, and they got Kate Blanchett as Lilith in the movie.
Hold on,
which
bro,
is weird because she's old.
Very old.
How did
I mean, this Roland guy don't look like I wouldn't, looking at this Roland guy, I wouldn't cast Kevin Hart as him.
Yeah, Kevin Hart definitely could be a good Claptrap because Claptrap is like the character that doesn't shut up. All he does is say funny things. He's annoying, which I feel like Kevin Hart could portray really well because he is annoying and never shuts up.
Like Jack Black, it's like no matter what he says, like, man, but you're cool though.
I don't think Jack Black fits as Claptrap at all.
No.
Like his comedy is not Claptrap's comedy.
That's hilarious. I didn't know Eli Roth was directing. That's also interesting.
Also, Avi Arad is in charge of that movie too. If you don't know who Avi Arad is, he's the guy who is in charge of the studio meddling for the Amazing Spider-Man movies. So, if you didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, I probably wouldn't put your expectations above that.
And for that amount.
I would never think they would just make
I'm gonna step away for a second.
Hold on.
Does Borderlands have a good story?
Dude,
It has a good story. Yeah, it has a good
Do you don't know
interesting
anything about it? Okay, so Borderlands is a the story is it's based on the planet Pandora, wherein there's like this crazy ancient vaults where crazy loot and monsters live, and these vault hunters go to the depths to claim fortune, fame, and whatever else, like it's a raunchy good time. Except I don't like that he's doing the first Borderlands because the first Borderlands movie had zero personality.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 is where it got good with Handsome Jack.
Yeah, like it's not going to be a good story if it's just the original Vault Hunters, unfortunately.
Like you could jump into Borderlands 2 and basically not even skip a beat.
Yeah,
like the original characters from the first game show up, but it's not really that important to know who they are.
Yeah, like if anything, it's cooler that you don't get to play as that. Like it's like you actually get to learn more about him because you're not playing as him.
Exactly.
So what did y'all think of the Tales of the Borderland game?
Loved it.
Yeah, I like that a lot too.
I gotta play that. I still have it downloaded.
It's really good, but if you haven't played Borderlands, a lot of it's gonna be it's still really well made, but it's like it's a lot of callbacks.
Because isn't it made like around the time of pre-sequel Telltale Borderlands? Or is it like after pre-sequel or something?
No, it's a little bit after 2. It's like during 2 or after 2.
After 2? I thought Handsome Jack was dead after 2.
Yeah, because isn't this this has to do with the whole thing after, right? Handsome Jack's not alive in the. It's been years since I played this, so
I don't know. I thought Handsome Jack was in pre-sequel. I mean, not pre-sequel. In Telltale. So that's what made me think it was during like pre-sequel or after it.
No, because Reese. I think Reese is after Handsome Jack, but it's also he's on the moon of Hyperion. And he gets fired. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been years for me too, so I don't know for sure. But yeah, I'm not excited for this movie at all. It's gonna be shit.
That's crazy how y'all fans of it, but y'all don't.
I mean, because it's you're also fighting like 40 enemies at one time. You also have like 3 teammates. It's like you're sort of paying attention to the plot.
Yeah, the Borderlands, the humor works better as a game because like you get guns that talk to you and like make like weird noises. Like it's one of those games where you have to play for the humor to like really land.
Oh, that's like Cyberpunk had this one gun. Cyberpunk, you ever played that? But they had this one gun that like talks or whatever. And it was like one of the best guns I had. But it was funny.
And there's like guns where instead of reloading, you just throw the gun at the enemies and just pick up a new one, like out of your pocket. It's like stuff like that.
That's kind of funny.
I don't really see how they could like pull off that type of humor in the movie. So it's gonna be dog shit, in my opinion.
I might try it Borderlands.
If you're gonna try Borderlands, I recommend with a friend though, because there's also like so like in Borderlands the loot is shared, so you have to like fight your friends over the loot, or you just won't get any loot at all, and that's like it adds to the fun to me. Because you're like arguing with your friend, like, oh, give me that sniper. I'm the sniper here. And they're like, no. And like everyone's fighting to go to the chest and try to get their share of the loot before it all gets picked up. That's what makes it fun. And you can't really do that in a movie. So, yeah. I'm not excited for it.
So if you're not excited for that, I really want to know your opinion on Cowboy Bebop.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, man. So I guess we could skip to that. So yeah, they just announced that Netflix has finished filming their live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop. Are you guys excited for that at all?
I mean, me personally, I'm here with it. So then I'm like, we have to wait and see. I'm not excited, but then I'm not completely like, oh, I don't care about it at all. I'm like in the middle on it, especially because I never liked who they cast as Spike. I was never a fan of that really. I was like, I feel like I would have went with somebody a little bit cooler than him. He doesn't really give off that cool vibe to me.
Because he's always been the nerdy guy.
They want to make that a Faye. Yeah, he gets real nerdy, not Spike.
Mm-hmm.
The one they cast for Faye, I kind of do dig or whatever. I feel like she can pull that off. But
I just don't. I can't think of Spike without hearing the guy who voiced Wolverine, like the voice, because it's the same voice actor. So like it's just
for the
weird.
animated series.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I did not know.
yeah. He's the same voice actor that voices Wolverine. Like I'm the best at what I do.
Oh damn.
The guy that like talks like that. It's the same voice actor for Spike. So it's gonna be weird like seeing Spike without hearing that voice.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I've never even known that.
Yeah, I noticed it instantly. Like as soon as I heard him, I was like, oh, that's Wolverine, because he's also a voice character in the Black Ops Zombies games. So like those three characters, I like kind of connect because I grew up on those characters. So it's gonna be weird. But Dracula, are you excited?
I mean, yeah, I am. Okay, so I still get the nerdy vibe from him. I get where you're coming from, Weapon X, but I also like him as a comedic actor, and I think he can. If he can do comedy and you can do it well, you can probably do something dramatic and something really fucking cool. Like we've seen it with people like what's his face from Breaking Bad? Come on.
The old guy?
Bryan Cranston?
Yeah, Bryan Cranston. Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So
I didn't know
if
if
you
you
can
were talking about
be
him or
Bryan
Jesse.
Cranston and you can go from Malcolm in the Middle and being like the goofy fucking dad to being Walter White,
Man,
I think I think you can go from the nerdy dude from what do you call it, from Harold and Kumar, and become Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
I mean, that's possible. I know Netflix been doing a lot of like a lot of their Korean dramas that Netflix been bringing on there has been like really good. Like
Yeah,
with the shows and the movies. Like
I've been
I
seeing
don't
a
know if
lot
y'all
of
seen
influx.
yeah, it's been a whole lot of them like lately, but they've been like really good and interesting. Like Space Sweepers, like look like they put a lot into the budget on that one, and that's really good.
That's definitely one of the movies on the list that I want to watch.
Yeah, I definitely would recommend that. That was pretty good. But Netflix is putting a lot of money into these movies, so if they can put that type of budget into, the Cowboy Bebop movie, it could be good.
What about you, Brandon?
I'm scared. Yeah, when they said that was who was gonna be Spike, I was like, really, bro? Like, he's really old now. Like maybe when Harold and Kumar first came out, but like, dude, Spike is probably what, his late 20. Like he's a young, agile dude, not some middle-aged Asian guy. You know what I mean? Like he's all about movement. Like that's what Spike. He's long arms, long legs. He's like wow, getting around everywhere. So.
Did they ever say if it's a retelling of the story or if it's like an original story?
I mean, I'm assuming it's just gonna be. I haven't heard, but I'm assuming it's just gonna be them getting the group together. It's like the first season of Cowboy Bebop. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
them getting the group together and probably doing like one heist. It's probably gonna be like the Faye Valentine casino thing. That's probably what it's gonna be. I'm assuming.
Is this gonna be a show? Or is it gonna be a movie?
it's a show.
It's a show? I thought it was a movie.
Oh shit!
I didn't know
I mean,
it
so
was
we
a
might
show.
get a couple. We might get a couple of different missions.
Oh, if it's okay, so if it's a show, that's I was
Yeah,
wishing
it says,
was a movie.
Me too.
I thought it was a movie.
Hold on, wait. Let me make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it says it's a series.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Okay. I'll give it 3 episodes, man. That's just me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I want to be optimistic.
I'd like a maybe like a nothing over 10 episodes, please. Like just have it be
No.
a short season or something.
No, I mean, I'm good with like 8, 10, 16 episodes as long as it's good. But for me, most shows, I give them at least regular shows. I give 3 episodes to catch me. If it don't catch me within 3 episodes, usually I drop it unless I see potential. Anime, I usually give like 5 to 7 episodes or whatever to see if it'll grab me. But
yeah, animes need like it's like you need to watch the first 10 episodes.
Yeah, like you gotta give anime.
It sucks. But it's like 20 minutes, so you're in and out. It's like, all right, let's do it.
Exactly. So like I give anime a little leeway to grab me sometimes.
Yeah, especially because everything takes so goddamn long.
Yeah, but this one anime I just couldn't do it. It was just so slow. It was like I was on episode 3 and I'm just like I can't go. I can't do it no more.
I mean, it's also one of those things where anime is very just like, usually within the first 30 seconds, you're like, this is for me or this ain't for me, and like you're trying to see whether like, because you can turn out through the anime section on Netflix, just like trash. This ain't good. Yeah.
All right. So next we have there's a Creed 3 movie announced. I don't know if you guys are in the box like Rocky, Creed. Anybody into that at all?
That's all you guys.
Basically, what I really wanted to talk about that is Michael B. Jordan's directing it. Has he ever directed anything before? Because he's also going to be the star of the movie too.
Oh, did he? I think
look it up.
I don't know if he directed it, but he was in that show on Netflix about the little boy with powers. I think he was a part of. Directing that.
He's been doing a lot more production stuff. So that's not what's the word? Oh my god.
Surprising.
That's not surprising to me. Especially because it's like, I don't know, that
it seems like the direction that we would go.
It seems self-indulgent. It's just like no one else is going to direct Creed 3. I mean, like no one else is asking for it.
I'm not even sure we needed it too.
Like, yeah, he's like, yeah, bro. I'll write it. I'll direct. I'll pay myself money. Sure. Like,
you think it's even like possible to like direct the movie and act in it at the same time?
Oh, people do it all the time.
You do a scene and then you're like, hey, Michael, good job.
Okay.
What?
You crushed it.
It's called filming a scene and then jerking off afterwards.
The one thing I've always felt was like weird about that, like if you're directing your own movie, like how do you write in the sex scene and not have it be creepy? Like it's like, oh, I wrote this in for me. Like it seems weird to like and then do it yourself. Like
the best way it's been done is Kevin Smith. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like Kevin Smith does it perfectly, where it's Silent Bob. He's not going to speak. He's in every scene, but he doesn't have to worry about speaking. He's just there. You know what I mean? But then he can still turn to Jay and be like, "Actually, can you say the word like this?" Blah blah blah. All right, action, go. Like
it's smart. It's fucking smart.
Like if you know the vision, like it's not. It's just that. Like it's not hard to make a boxing movie. He's done it. You know, he is the character. He's probably gonna do. I don't know what the hell the story is, but I don't really.
I mean, at that point, if you're the main character, you don't have to direct yourself. You're basically directing the people around you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The only thing is, it seems kind of weird not weird, but like to direct the movie and be the star of it. Like, I get directing a movie and being, like, a side character or a character that doesn't have that many scenes, but being a star of it and directing seems like a whole lot of work.
Exactly. Because then you can't see, like, the camera angle while you're filming the scene or, like, know exactly what you want. It's
well, at
weird.
that point, you better have a fucking good DP.
True.
I saw you reading the text, but damn.
Alright, so, this one's kind of making me upset. So instead of just getting it out the way so we don't have to talk about it and forget about it, they just delayed Venom 2 to September. It's not coming out earlier anymore. So now we're gonna have to I'm upset because it won't come out and just get out of the way.
Oh,
And forget about it.
I mean, bro, do you remember when the last X-Men movie came out?
I don't even. I never.
I didn't
never
watch
watched
the
it.
last X-Men movie.
Yeah,
Which one was that?
No one gave a fuck, dude. That shit was free on a plane, and I slept. I was like, you know what? I could just sleep. I could catch up on sleep instead of watching. So,
that's a good example. That's a good example because Dark Phoenix, everybody just wanted it out the way. Just release it and let's move on with our lives. Like nobody keeps like,
yeah.
But I see what you mean of like, yeah, I'd rather it just come out and get out the way, because I don't want that clogging up the pipes for another movie.
Right.
So, yeah,
I just want Venom and Morbius out of the way. I really hope they don't bring Morbius into the MCU, bro.
Oh, I can't wait to talk
apparently
about Jared Leto. I can't wait to talk about Jared Leto.
Oh man, I give credit on that.
Listen, we're gonna.
Somebody's like, Jared Leto's a good actor, and then somebody else was like, is he though?
Like I'm a Joker fan, but
are we doing spoilers?
Oh,
when we get to it, we are doing
We're
spoilers.
definitely going to spoiler territory. Yeah. No. Yeah.
No, but Morbius, you know, I'm not excited for any of the Sony like Marvel movies because I feel like Sony really could have did their own thing with 2099 and like not just stole like regular Peter Parker's villains and stuff, but instead they went this way, and it doesn't excite me, especially when they erased Venom from they erased Spider-Man from Venom's origin and stuff like that. I'm like, I just have no interest in in any of these through Sony. That's why I'm like, just do 2099 and make your own universe off of that. Come on.
All right, so
I would say, fuck that movie. Fuck that movie, bro.
Nobody here really looking forward to it.
Like, I will say
it seems to be the consensus.
It was better than I thought it was going to be, because there shouldn't be a thing as a Venom movie in actuality. So
no, well, here's the thing. I'm good with a Venom movie after he was introduced in a Spider-Man movie. After they had their whole conflict and everything, and Venom is created and stuff like that. And then afterwards he gets his own movie. I was fine with that. I'm not fine with him getting his own movie without Spider-Man in it.
Have you ever? I'm assuming you have, Weapon. Have you ever read a Venom comic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, though. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like, even though I love the character, I don't think I would give a shit what kind of plot lines he had. Like, it's just such a character.
I only like Venom when he's interacting with Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but
even then, he's not fighting.
They should have started with that first. But, I mean, I've never really been a real big Eddie Brock fan, Venom-wise.
I mean, like the idea of Venom, right, is just like an alien taking over you and giving you powers and like amplifying that is fire. So I guess so, yeah, like that is.
But then you have like the white spider on Venom's chest. He only has that because he used to be on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The symbiote used to be on Spider-Man. So you can't give him the white spider on his chest anymore because he doesn't have that connection to Spider-Man at all. Like,
well, in the movie's offense, he didn't have the white spider on his chest. But he did look like a Spider-Man-ish because he had the whole kind of like web-looking thing. So like he had Spider-Man qualities, and that's because he saw Spider-Man when he first came down to Earth.
Dude, like that's my thing. Is like they couldn't even talk about Spider-Man in that. So it made no sense.
Contrived.
They were just like, what, bro? Y'all are just gonna pretend he's not real? Like, you couldn't. Yeah, like it just sucked. They couldn't even say the name. You know what I mean?
It's pointless.
Only,
you had it in LA.
Only thing I'm reading currently with Venom now is like the King in Black and stuff like that. Otherwise, I don't really give a shit about Eddie Brock. I love Agent Venom now.
That's the Flash Thompson, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love him.
yeah. I've heard some good things about that, and he does seem kind of cool.
Yeah, I love him. And the thing I love about him too is I love Secret Identities. It's like that like you really wouldn't expect the person to be this superhero or this like character because Flash Thompson didn't have any legs. Like both his legs got blown off in the war.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not the guy you immediately expect to be Agent Venom going out there, taking on missions.
Mm-hmm.
I love stuff like that. But like Flash Thompson, Agent Venom, I love that. Eddie Brock ain't my guy, but I love the whole King in Black storyline that's going on right now. So, I'm reading Venom at all.
Man, just fuck Venom. That's all I gotta say. Alright, so it was just announced by Disney. I guess I forgot they own this movie now. The James Cameron Avatar is once again the #1 best-selling movie after re-releasing in China.
That's how it happened.
They re-released it in China.
I cannot wait for that series to continue, bro.
Really? Why?
I'm okay. I want to hear
Dude,
this.
what? Okay. Seeing Avatar in IMAX 3D in the Aventura Mall in Miami was still to this day the best movie-going experience I've ever had.
I mean, I saw it on
Like,
3D.
I mean, yeah,
Had a
but
good time.
Dude,
do you care about the movies though? Like the actual story of the movies?
I
I don't give a shit. No. No, dude. It's a tech demo, and that's all I give a shit about. It's pushing cinema and cinema making, and like the next one's gonna basically perfect the water movie, right? Of like filming underwater and like that kind of like 0G. Like it's gonna be crazy. So yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be an experience, and that's why I do things for experiences. Like when I saw, what was it, Gravity in 3D, IMAX, bonkers movie. Like, I don't know.
Okay, you're gonna
That movie
hate
doesn't have a
me.
story.
You're
What?
really gonna hate me. Never seen Gravity.
Oh, bro. Well, that's it. You can't see it now because you can't see it in IMAX 3D. So
That's exactly why I haven't seen Avatar because I
Yeah.
wanted to see it in IMAX and I never got a chance to, so I just never went.
It's not IMAX. It's the 3D, bro. Because the 3D in that movie is honestly, it's nuts. Because a whole bunch of movies are, yeah, you can go see a bunch of movies in IMAX, but they're not shot in IMAX cameras, so it doesn't really matter unless it's a Christopher Nolan film or the one shot in Endgame or the multiple shots in Endgame. You know, where it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit, like, that was cool for that 1 second. Like, I never saw The Dark Knight in IMAX, so I'll never understand seeing Joker for the first time. Like, I just won't. Because it doesn't hit the same as when you see it the way it's intended
Seeing it
in the
IMAX
theater.
was fucking amazing.
So, yeah, that's one thing I'm pissed off about, that I never saw Joker IMAX. Like that. But, yeah, Avatar 2, 3, 4, let's go. Let's go. Can't be made soon enough. I'm excited.
Like,
You just want to just watch. You just want to just put it on mute and just watch it.
he just wants to see.
I mean,
I just want to be
James-
engulfed by the fucking visuals.
James Cameron is fire, dude. Like he's a true pioneer in filmmaking, and like he has the track record.
Yeah.
And I'm all about it, man. Like he really is. He's magical. So, and he does it right. He's like, I'm not going to make these movies until technology is where I need it to be, and that's why Avatar 2 is taking so long. So, I respect the nigga. He's like, no, it's not ready, so we're not going to do it.
And they're filming all of them at once, aren't they? Like, they're just gonna bang out 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Lord of the Rings style, where they're just gonna film for like 4 years, and then you'll get them as they come out.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people about to get paid then. A lot of money.
Bro, I mean, Corona, son, it's gonna be.
Yeah. People won't be loving that. They probably was out of work all that time.
Invest in AMC, guys.
All I gotta say is, no matter if it's Endgame or Avatar, Zoe Saldana is the winner, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
She's got her fingers in both pies, so.
Dude, I can't wait to see more tail sex.
That was creepy, bro. Don't even remind me of that.
It's crazy. Like she's been in like all the like sci-fi like big.
I mean,
sci-fi.
she loves that stuff, dude. She's like a fucking.
I love that. She loves it.
She's a little nerd, bro. To be honest.
Yeah, it's always weird to see Zoe Saldana, like she embraces that, and then you got like the actress for Pepper. She's always like, "Oh, I didn't even know I was in those movies." Like, yeah, you knew you were in Iron Man and Spider Man. Like, don't. Like, why are you acting?
No,
like
I read that. She was like, she forgot she was in. I think she said she forgot she was in. Which movie was it?
I think
was it
Homecoming.
Homecoming. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. She said she forgot she was in it.
I mean,
Like-
bro, yeah, she does seem. Doesn't she also have like vagina scented candles? So.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I'm not sure how
Probably.
one correlates with the other, but
I just wanted to
he's like, I just had to throw it in there. She
Trying to get us
had
that
candles.
sponsorship.
Just like,
She
you know.
does seem like yeah, that makes sense. She's just like.
She just does
She
whatever.
named her child
She
like
was
Apple
probably-
or some shit. She named her child Apple. I
She's
think.
strange. She's strange. That's what I'm trying to say. And, of course, you forget she's in a movie. Like,
Okay.
I guess.
you make vagina candles.
I guess.
I respect
All
it.
right.
My question is, how did they?
How did
Um,
they get the wax
how
in
did they
there
do-
without burning her vagina, dude?
how did they duplicate this? Yeah. Oh,
How
God.
did they duplicate the smell?
Welcome to the podcast.
Oh,
Like they
God.
had to study that and like actually like
the
put some
actual
science
chemistry.
behind getting it right.
the peach, the pH
Like imagine
level.
the scientist, he's like making it and then he's like, Eureka! I finished. My
The
God.
smell is
This is-
perfect.
He's all like
Yeah. I would love to read it.
He's gonna come on. I need to get a break. We need to make this first.
You really gotta stop making this motion right here. You gotta stop doing that. That's not a good look.
Hey, come here.
Oh sheesh.
Oh, man.
Oh shit, I'm crying.
Alright, so moving on from that, Disney just announced they're bringing the original Clone Wars show to Disney Plus, as in not the Cartoon Network one, or was the other one on Cartoon Network? I don't know.
Oh, like the original.
The original one, like the Samurai Jack style animation.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't seen that shit in years.
Yeah, they're bringing it to Disney Plus.
I'm ready.
Oh.
I'm ready. I'm making a night out.
I'll watch that because yeah, dude. What's his name? Tarkovsky? What the hell's his name?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, bro. He's awesome. And I remember watching like the first 2 episodes of that and like never going
Just
back.
watch the Mace Windu fight scene in that. That's all you got to see.
Damn, I barely remember that. That was so long ago.
Yeah, dude, because that's every time people talk about Clone Wars, it's like my mind goes to that first, besides the
Right.
CGI one, and
Yeah.
it's almost like, oh, they're probably talking about that, but the other cooler one is that one. So
Damn, man. I haven't seen that in a
I
while.
still got I still got a
Is there-
chance to see that one. I'm only on like 8.
Yeah, the CGI one, I got to the part where they go to like the Force Island and they're just the like brother and sister, like the light sister and the dark brother. And I never got past that.
Bro, so you haven't like finished the whole Broach.
No, I
Ew.
haven't. I mean, I already know what happens because it's been spoiled for me, but
I mean, but
I'll
still
watch
watch
it
it. You need to see
Well-
it, bro.
Spoilers. Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader. Just so everybody knows.
for
Yeah.
real? Oh my God. I wanted to find that out for myself.
Yo, and then on top of that, his nephew becomes nah, bro. Chill.
Also heard Padme dies, so I don't know if that's true or not.
yo, spoiler.
Spoiler.
George Lucas sells Star Wars to Disney, and it all becomes shit.
I was saying this before. I'm still like upset. They try to convince me the actor that they casted for Ben Solo came from Han Solo and Princess Leia. That guy came from them too.
Yeah. I
Bro,
don't
I don't know why anyone still watches Star Wars post George Lucas not doing anything with it, man. Honestly. Like,
I mean, Mando was dope.
that
You cho. What?
Sort of, right?
Sort of.
Season 2 was fire.
Okay, I can
But
admit
also,
season
just
2
like
was
sorta.
better than season 1. I can admit that.
Season 2 was
Like,
um
leagues better than
like,
season 1.
all in all, I was just like, okay. Like, are we gonna go back to Grogu? Are we gonna know
No.
like who?
I feel like after this, there shouldn't be any more Grogu. It's back to Mando doing his shit.
To be honest, I wouldn't be mad if they just stopped right there, like just ended there.
Yeah.
No,
I thought that
there
was
is
what's
no
gonna
more.
happen.
Dude,
I don't
there
need
is no
any
more
more.
Mando. That's it. Mando's done. It was just a story of him delivering the baby. But now it's like, okay.
It's just like Stranger Things. Like I don't need a new season of Stranger Things. I feel like they could have
that's
stopped
coming out
after
though,
like
right?
season 2.
What? Yeah, when is that season coming out? Because
COVID
supposed to
screwed up
come
the
out-
plans for that.
it was supposed to come out last like July.
Yeah, COVID screwed up the plans for it. Especially
That
since
game-
the guy who plays
Yeah.
as Hopper was doing Hellboy and stuff, which is a huge mistake.
Still haven't
But
seen that.
I
Oh,
don't.
dude,
please
I
don't-
walked out of that movie, bro. I walked
That
out.
bad.
Don't watch it.
Dude.
Just stick with the Del Toro Hellboy.
It was like towards the end too. Like I almost made it to the end, and like it was when he finds like Excalibur or some shit. Like it was like some weird thing, like some weird just logic, and I was like, I'm out, dude. I'm sorry. I was like, I need to go. I need to go, bro.
That's just so bad. Like, why?
Yeah, I hate when the worst thing a movie can do to me is make you question the logic of what's going on.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, especially like because I knew that the movie was close to done. Like you were going, like it was like leaving from the third to the fourth act, and I was like okay, I've dealt all the bad comedy, the bad makeup, the bad everything, and then I was like, y'all really just couldn't write like y'all couldn't just do better. I don't know. I was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. It was the AMC. I had the AMC pass thing, whatever their movie club was. Did you guys?
So you didn't
Did you guys
waste
have
too
that?
much money. No, hell no. No.
I don't go
do
to
it.
theaters enough to pay
Yeah,
for that.
exactly. I go for certain
Okay.
movies, and that's it.
I might have, when I could go to the movie theaters during the week, I might have paid for that. But when my
Okay.
job hours changed, I wouldn't.
So
I was like,
going around the room, how much is the movie going experience, Deshaun?
So I do the $5 Tuesdays. So
Don't be a cheap ass, dude. You're taking. You're going on a Friday, 7:30 p.m. How much is the movie?
Oh, look, at least
that's probably like, I don't even remember. It's been so long. Like
It's been a
probably like
while.
$10.
I'd say
$10,
15.
okay.
Maybe
15,
12?
Weapon X.
well, the ticket is like 13, and then
Is
it's
it-
like
is it-
And the
is
popcorn's
it-
like 10
is it-
fucking
Is this
dollars.
IMAX? No. We're not talking about concessions. Is this IMAX or just standard?
Standard.
oh, it's
Okay,
standard.
what-
It's usually
What?
standard.
What's
$10.
IMAX? What's IMAX? What's IMAX?
Like
I don't even
$20.
know.
I think
20?
the one around me was like 20. Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
20 sounds
That's
right.
yeah. So,
Standard movie ticket in New York is $18 starting. IMAX is $28.
Jesus
Jeez.
Christ.
yeah, but
Yeah.
everything is
I would
overpriced in New
never
York.
watch an IMAX
You're
movie in New
comparing
York.
apples to oranges.
Yeah, so
I
that
remember being a
AMC shit
smoker.
where it was like $23 a month or whatever the hell. It was like, bro,
That-
that's
oh,
cheaper
that's-
than IMAX.
Definitely
So, like-
fucking worth it.
It was basically
Yeah.
free. So I would just
Okay, that made sense.
Yeah,
That definitely made sense. to
it
me
makes
then.
a whole lot of sense.
yeah. I was like, oh, absolutely, bro. This shit is free.
At
And that's why I walked out of Hellboy because I was.
that point, yeah. Going back to these stories.
Uh,
That's why I walked out of that fucking movie.
yeah, bro. Shit was garbage.
But no, I'm glad I did not watch that. Like, at all.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. I heard it was so bad. I never even.
Mm-hmm.
I never even.
Yeah,
which is
same.
unfortunate because I like that actor. Like he looks like he's really he looks really fucking cool. He's hilarious. He's awesome in fucking Stranger Things. It's like, bro,
He's gonna be in Black
Yeah.
Widow too. Yeah.
that's right.
I just think Del Toro is perfect for Hellboy. Like his
Oh,
whole
yeah.
aesthetic, like his style.
Well,
Yeah.
he loves that style of like monster movie. It's
Yeah.
perfect for him. He likes practical
Exactly.
effects. He grew up watching that shit.
Man,
Exactly.
it's the reason why Hellboy was able to be made was because of Guillermo. So,
Yeah.
well, the new one was being
Plus,
able
plus
to be remade.
Ron Perlman just has an awesome voice.
Yeah, and they're best friends, and it's like if your buddy who loves monster shit and you're it's like they're like it's like a dream team. It's like, hey, Ronnie
Yeah.
boy, tú quieres hacer un película de
He's like, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, dude. War never changes.
That's the line I always think of, bro. The Fallout.
Dude, yeah. Ron Perlman's a fucking badass. He's been in everything, man.
Did you guys know he was the Lich in Adventure Time? Like the main villain of Adventure Time.
But
Like,
I
that's-
mean, he has the voice for just animation in general.
Yeah,
He was born and raised in my neighborhood.
that's like people
Really?
didn't know Skips was Mark Hamill
Yeah,
from regular
Washington
show.
Heights, bro.
From where?
Washington Heights.
He's from Washington Heights. Get
Yeah, bro.
the fuck out of here. That's fucking awesome.
All right, so moving on.
Anyways,
from that.
awkward pause later.
So we got more shitty movie news going on. We got a
Jesus.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel announced. Are you guys looking forward to that at all?
I did.
Is it a sequel? Is it a prequel?
The word I got was sequel.
Yes, because the original actress, the one that had survived in the original, is going to be in this movie.
Oh my god! Is it one of those?
She's not dead?
No, she
It's like
survived.
it's like the new Halloween.
Yeah.
How old is the original? I thought that came out in like the.
78,
Oh really?
I think.
Jeez, man.
It was in like
I
the
thought it was
70s.
older than that.
Could be. 78, 76. Let me look it up.
Yeah, it's definitely the 70s.
I'm pretty sure the original came out before Halloween.
Yeah, it's like one of the first OG horror movies, isn't it?
Pretty sure. Let me see.
Because
I'll look
that
it up
movie
right
was
now.
super low budget.
Yeah,
It was like, hey, let's just
74.
film Yeah, bro, that's
74.
fucking early.
Early 70s.
The original movie came out in 1974.
When was Rosemary's Baby?
That was in the 60s. Sometime in the 60s. I want to say 68.
Yeah. I want to say 69.
Of course you
68,
do.
you're right.
We're all just looking like.
The thing about the original, I saw the original Chainsaw Massacre in the middle of the night when I was like, I had to be like 8. I saw it in the middle of the night, probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it scared the fuck out of me. Like, and then what really scared me is when you got to the end of the movie, and then it said based on a true story. That scared the shit out of me. I'm like, so he's out there?
Until like 10 years down the line, you realize how loosely it's fucking based on a true story. You're like, Jesus Christ, I got hoodwinked.
I was thinking like, so this person are really out there? Oh my god, no.
Well, there was a
Even
guy
though
in Texas
I'm so far
with
away
a
from
chainsaw.
Texas.
Oh,
I don't
shit.
live
Like-
anywhere near Texas, but still, it scared the shit out.
I lived in Texas and I was not scared of it.
All my exes lived in Texas, dude.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I still think
Shout
the
out to
Trey
Trey.
Songz Texas Chainsaw is the best one. Just because
Trey Songz is in that?
Nah, I'm fucking kidding. That movie was horrible, but yeah, Trey Songz is in the latest one called Texas Chainsaw.
Oh.
I think all I remember about the newest Chainsaw that came out was the actress Alexandria Daddario.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
the only thing.
Trey Songz was her boyfriend in the movie, and he cheated on her with like a different girl.
Strange.
Was the different girl hot? Like, I don't know how
Yeah,
you go
I mean,
from her
they're all hot.
Okay. Because they got to make that one believable. They
Yeah.
definitely got to make that one believable.
Well, it's because like I think Alexandria was like she was like I don't want to say stuck up, like the typical like main character for horror movies, and then the guy he cheated on or the girl he cheated on her with was like the slutty hot girl that every horror
So
movie
she was
has.
like the whole virgin, like,
Yeah.
type
Well,
thing, yeah.
if you don't remember it,
Not saintly, like, not virgin, but like, you know how they had the horror
Yeah.
movie archetype where it's like the,
The good
saintly girl or the, virgin type.
well, if you don't remember the plot in that movie, she was Leatherface's cousin or something. And
Oh,
they
shit.
they ended up making Leatherface the good guy because he was getting attacked by like a mob in the city, and you ended up rooting for Leather. That movie was horrible. Don't even remind me of it. It just as stupid as it sounds. That's exactly what happens.
Was he? So it's like they turned him bad from because the town was attacking him. That's what happened.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like what Candyman.
yeah, or like Frankenstein or some shit like that.
I can't wait for that movie to come out, dude. That's gonna be a good horror movie.
Like Candyman.
Yeah.
The thing about that, like the trailers, is like you don't even know if it's like really Candyman or if the guy like crazy or something like that. That's the whole vibe thing going on with that movie.
Nah, it's definitely his son. It's definitely like.
Is it his son? Have they confirmed it?
Yeah, I think it's confirmed, right? Or it's like, that's his son. Yeah.
I think he was just doing research into Candyman. I don't know. Well, maybe he was doing research because it's his son. So I don't know.
I mean, it's. I'm awkward. I'm like really guessing, and if it's not confirmed, bro, I think it is. I think it's his son.
And then I believe that's the same director. The same director on that one is the one doing Captain Marvel 2.
The black lady. I forget her name, but the black lady.
Yeah. Nia DaCosta.
Yeah, her.
Yeah. Yep, it's her. Yeah, she's doing Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah. Oh wow, she's doing this movie. Oh, look at that.
So I can say no one's looking forward to this Texas Chainsaw sequel, huh?
I mean, if I hear good things, I watch it. That's only if I hear good.
Yeah,
I feel
if
like
see it on the streaming service, I'll watch it.
I feel like there's nothing new they can really do with it. Like, it doesn't need to be another movie for it. Like, really, what can you do that hasn't been done already with the like other 15 movies? Like
But
more
that's-
Psycho family stuff.
That's like, I mean, that's like with everything, because everything they gotta keep rebooting and remaking. Nobody wants to come out with original ideas. Remake, sequel. It's like, give us some original shit.
Exactly.
It's like, how much can you expand upon a story where it's just like a cannibal family?
Especially,
Come on,
like with Texas Chainsaw, like
yeah,
you really don't have any wiggle room to like do anything different, unless you want to make him another family member of the main character again.
I mean,
Which is stupid as fuck.
it's why Texas Chainsaw 2 and like some of the sequels did well is because like they introduced Chop Top, who had some kind of like, you know, character about him and shit like that. But like after a while, it gets old and it gets redundant.
Exactly. Yeah, this movie's gonna be shit.
Bottom line. Like I have
Right, so,
again with any other movie that's coming out, I have high hopes for it, but I go with low expectations. I don't want to be disappointed, bro.
It just depends for me. Moving on from that, so apparently there's a CW Powerpuff Girls show, a live action show, and they just announced the cast for it. Does anyone care at all? Actually, like, as weird as it sounds, I actually like the original Powerpuff Girls show. Like,
I
it's like a
mean,
decent show.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
I didn't care about the Powerpuff Girls. I thought the live action show sounded ridiculous, and then I saw the cast. I'm like, I
Yeah,
might
the cast
actually
is
watch.
what made me like, maybe. Especially with
So what's the cast?
I haven't seen the cast.
so what's her name? Chloe Bennett from Agents of Shield.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's her name, right? Chloe Bennett.
Yes.
yeah, Chloe Bennett, yeah.
Yeah, her from Agents of Shield, and then you got. Well, let me pull up the cast again so I don't get the names wrong.
What are you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Something.
Okay, yeah, Chloe Bennett. Someone named Dove Cameron.
Dove
I
Cameron.
don't
I
know.
mean, she's like, I don't know. I was about to say she's not big to us, but you're younger than us, so. But like, I know she's like big to younger people. I think she's like a Oh shit. I froze. Okay, I'm still here. Okay, I froze. No, I think she's like Dove Cameron. I think she's like big to like younger people, and she's like a singer and she's an actor. But she was also in Agents of Shield too.
Mhm.
She was a villain. In
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dove Cameron. So her and Chloe Bennett had actually been in the show together. So.
Oh yeah. I saw the clip of them like fighting.
hmm They were both in Agents of Shield. She was like a villain for like a season. Dove Cameron, but she's apparently like she's like an actor.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like I think a singer, and she's like bigger to younger people. So.
And then you got another one named Yana Peralt. I don't know if I'm saying these names right. I'm terrible with names.
I've never. She's
But
like. I've never seen her before. Well, she might not. She's new to me. She might have been acting for a minute, but she's new to me.
Oh yeah, this is the first thing she's ever been in,
Oh, okay.
and she's gonna be Buttercup, which that's the mean one, right?
Mm.
No.
Or the
Yeah,
green
no,
one.
no. Buttercup.
She's in no.
It's
He's
Blossom,
in
Bubble,
now.
yeah, Buttercup. Yeah. Buttercup is
It's not right.
Isn't
Blossom
the Buttercup's the
Humble
nice one, huh?
No, but that's
I
Blossom.
don't fucking know.
No,
Bub-
no. Bubbles is the nice one.
Nah,
Blossom is leader.
Bubbles is the idiot.
Well, I mean, she's
Yeah,
nice.
the nice one. And Buttercup's the green one that's like mean
It's
and
called
tomboyish.
blissful ignorance. It's called blissful ignorance. That's what it is.
No.
She's
So
nice.
it's Bubbles is like she looks nice. She's like a buffoon, but she also has like the smallest like patience. She's the one that's quickest to like start screaming and spazzing because she's a little baby. Buttercup is like she's more cynical and like just is reserved, but like she is like the most loving. She just hates to show it. And then Blossom is like just down the middle, just a Boy Scout. She's Superman.
I think you've gotten deep into the characterization of the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, I love them, dude. I love them, bro. I love them.
Oh,
Him was such a good characterization of like, what the fuck are you? And he was just like, I'm chaos. He was like, the devil walking around in high heels was very interesting for me to see as a kid. I was like, whoa, you're way cooler than God.
I just love how they be beating the shit out of Mojo Jojo for like no reason. Like sometimes he wouldn't even be part of the plot.
He was trying to fucking.
There was some episodes where like he wouldn't even be part of the plot and they just beat his ass.
Yeah, because he's a bad monkey, and you
Like
know
he wasn't even doing anything. He was just like chilling at home and then they bust in.
All right, well you were
Just like
thinking
the
about
Avengers,
doing
how they
something.
got.
He was
that's how they
thinking
got
about doing something. Was it
Thanos
Minority
making
Report?
breakfast when they-
So you're telling me if you just saw Hitler drinking a latte, you wouldn't hit him in the
Yes! I would knock him the fuck out.
I'm just drinking a latte.
Okay. Okay.
Can you imagine you took a break from your villainy and then you make your breakfast and stuff, and then all of a sudden all hell breaks loose with people beating your ass.
Yeah, bro. It's like, yeah. So, You know, it's okay. It's like a pedophile in your neighborhood. It's like, even if they're not doing nothing, hey, a pedophile is down. It's okay at any
You're trying to
time.
Freddy Krueger him, huh?
It's got way off
so-
the fucking rails.
But
From
I'll
beat them.
I'll give it
That's what my Discord server is going to be about. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll give it a try maybe, but it being on CW, and I'm like on a CW strike because I hate their shows now. I don't know.
You don't like
Damn.
Superman and Lois?
I
haven't seen that yet.
I haven't even watched
never
it.
watched
Dude,
it.
I have
So,
taken a hiatus from all the CW.
I haven't
DC
watched
shows.
any CW shows since Flash season 3.
I will tell you
Ooh.
right now, y'all can watch Superman and Lois. It's really not like the other CW shows at all.
Okay.
It really got like a cinematic feel. Like I would definitely recommend
But
that.
the problem I have with CW is like, I just get sick of the forced relationship drama. Like I loved
It's not-
Arrow until
Yeah.
the Felicity stuff and
I feel that.
stuff like
For
that.
you guys, I would definitely recommend Superman and Lois, and I would recommend Stargirl. Neither one really has those issues.
Stargirl.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know Stargirl was a thing.
Yeah. Neither one of those shows have those issues because
I heard
those
Batwoman
shows are
has
kind
been
of like
cheeks.
I enjoyed the Batwoman show. It's not on the level of Superman and Lois and Stargirl, but I still enjoy it though.
Yeah.
The reason Stargirl and Superman and Lois are a higher quality because I believe those are the shows that are done in connection with HBO Max. So that's why
Speaking
they're
of-
higher quality.
Dang.
What's that?
Oh,
Who is it?
motherfucker. It's Ang. I don't know if you
Oh,
can
Ang. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't see the arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show. Going back to that, sorry. I always forget he's there.
But yeah, you guys, I would definitely recommend Superman and Lois and Stargirl. Definitely worth it.
We'll see.
Yeah. I gotta give it a chance.
So it was just announced that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 just began production. I don't know if you guys watched the first one, but I actually love the first movie like a lot.
Dude,
You too?
fucking fire movie.
I haven't seen it, but everyone
Bro,
that I know have seen
watch
it. Like,
it.
yeah, everybody's like,
Jim Carrey was awesome as
and I love
as
Jim.
Robot
Dude,
Man.
I
Yeah,
love watching
like-
that dude. So I hope he's as goofy as he is, as he
Oh,
was
yeah.
back in the fucking 90s.
Hey, it is. But what
Yeah.
took you so long? Why you didn't watch it this long?
Honestly,
on
I
Hulu,
don't
bro.
know. I don't
It's
know.
on
You know
Hulu.
what? I tell you what. This week, I will eventually watch it. Because everybody that I know that has watched that movie was like, it's good. It's awesome. You should watch it.
Well, hey, it's not good. It's like it does some good things.
It's cute.
But it's a fun movie. It's a fun
Yeah,
movie
it's
to
fun.
watch.
It's a
it's
fun
fun.
movie.
Like, you're not going to get mad at it,
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
and it does set up some hype for the sequel, which is now that I'm glad we're talking about it because someone shows up at the end. Let's just say, and it's hype.
Yeah.
It's hype. Where it's like, oh yeah, let's go. Universe time. Let's do it. Let's set up a whole universe, bro.
Actually, now that I think about it, Sonic's the last movie I saw in theaters,
Wow.
which is crazy to
Wow.
think about.
Damn.
Whoa, what up?
Shit.
I was actually going to see Birds of Prey, but my girlfriend didn't seem interested in it, so I was like, all right, we could watch Sonic, and I was like so about it, and I ended up coming out like liking it.
Birds of Prey would have been a cool movie to see in theaters.
I actually like Birds
Yeah, I
of
watched
Prey.
it in theaters. It was
Birds
pretty
of
good.
Prey. Dude, the DC, and I'm glad we're talking about. They're on the right path, bro. They're
This
on
is the
right path.
perfect segue to walk right into Justice League because we need to talk
Yeah.
about this. We've been going on for like a couple hours and we still haven't even touched on Zack Snyder's Justice League. We need to
Oh,
fucking talk
dude.
about this.
It was good. Next topic.
All right, wait. There's just a few more things we got to get into before we get into Justice League.
Okay.
So I guess I could combine these next two topics. There was a villain casted for a Secret Invasion show for the Disney Plus show. They haven't said who the villain is yet, but I had no idea there was even a Secret Invasion show like coming. I'm guessing I've been that off the radar, but I had no clue.
No, they actually announced it when Disney had like this big they had this big event. I forgot what the event was. They actually announced like all their shows and movies and stuff. Mm-hmm. They announced like all the Marvel stuff. They announced all the Star Wars stuff. It was like this big event that they had.
Maybe that's why I got lost.
And that's at the end of WandaVision too. I mean, that was just like lead into Secret Invasion.
Exactly.
Actually,
I think that's the lead into Captain Marvel. I thought.
Well,
I think it leads into both.
Yeah,
she's gonna,
maybe.
I believe they said that she's going to be in both Secret Invasion and Captain Marvel. I think they announced what's her name, Monica Rambeau. I think they announced that she's going to be in both those movies.
Okay.
So,
Brandon, do you know what Secret Invasion is? Oh, sheesh.
I love you, fake bros. No, actually, I was going to do a quick Google, but I feel like that's cheating. No, I don't. Is that... No.
So you want to explain it to him?
Yeah.
Okay, Secret Invasion, basically, what happens in the comic books is there are... if you've seen Captain Marvel, you've seen the Skrulls. The Skrulls turn into... Or you've seen Far From Home, there's Skrulls in it too. But Skrulls can turn into anybody, look like anybody. So what happened in Secret Invasion is, for years, Skrulls has been replacing people, being secret sleeper agents and on Earth. And they actually replace people in different superhero teams and stuff like that. So then when they actually start to attack Earth, now you have secret sleeper agents of Skrulls popping up in different teams, and they're like, well, hold on, if you're a Skrull, where has the real Mockingbird been at this entire time? And it's just like it's basically like sleeper agent Skrulls, and they attack they all get activated and finally attack the Earth to invade.
Okay. I mean, see, I guess I get into it when we talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But it's
and I wanted to combine that with the Black Widow movie still being held in limbo. Like Disney's still flip-flopping on if they'll release it on Disney Plus or
it's gonna come out in June. It's gonna come out July. It's gonna either come out June or July after Raya drops for free. They're gonna go ahead and after they see how Raya does, they're just gonna release Black Widow.
Yeah.
See, I don't think
especially if that's after Loki. Maybe after Loki they'll drop it.
The whole reason they're refusing to drop this movie this whole time is that they know releasing it on streaming is losing money that they could have made. Because most of these Marvel movies make easily $1 billion. Yeah, and so they're putting it on streaming is them losing money that they know they would have made otherwise.
But see, this is the argument I get. I get into this argument with a lot of people about just commercialism in general. But these aren't people that are thinking about the long game. Yes, right now, you're losing money. So is every other big company in this fucking country. But by doing things like dropping these shows and dropping these movies on Disney Plus and giving it to your fans necessarily for free, you're building a loyal fan base that down the line, once movie theaters open up, they're going to be coming in droves to watch your shit.
Yeah, because you've supplied them with the stuff during the quarantine. These Marvel shows, dude, the WandaVision, we spent 9 weeks every Friday just being like, hell yeah, having the MCU back, it's cool.
Yeah.
And then it's that's $6 a month over I don't know, whatever the hell it is. It's I know.
I think the thing about that is if they felt like they were just releasing it on their app, and then everybody was going to watch it on just their app, I think they probably be fine with it. But the problem with streaming a lot of times is as soon as you drop something on streaming, you can watch it, immediately. You can torrent it, or you can you can watch it online for free somewhere. So I think that goes into their whole not wanting to release it on streaming, because when you release it in movie theaters, at most you're going to get a cam version. Like you might get a cam version and it's not the same quality. Most people like me aren't going to watch a cam version. I'm going to just go to the movies and watch it. But when you release stuff on streaming, you can just go to, you can torrent that and watch it in HD and be completely fine without having to pay anything. So that's what they're trying to avoid. In my opinion, I mean, I don't work for them.
No, like, I see where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, man, like, these are companies that make, billions of dollars and shit like that. They rake in the money. They're making the money overwards because they wouldn't be pumping 70, okay, just for instance, they gave Zack Snyder $70 million to do the Snyder Cut, which we're going to get into in a little bit. $70 million. They were just like, here, Zack Snyder, make your movie. They're making money. I'm not worried about these companies making money. The problem is they're fucking greedy.
Not every movie needs to make $1 billion.
It doesn't. And you don't need to spend millions on a movie to make a good film.
Yeah. Dude, Paranormal Activity cost $3,000.
You can make an amazing Batman movie with less than $1 million by making a detective movie.
Yeah, you can do a bunch of cool shit.
I'm ready for a real Batman detective movie, and we really haven't gotten that. And
oh yeah, I'm getting into that with the Zack Snyder. When we get into the Zack Snyder thing, I'm getting into
that. That Batman trash. His Batman's weak.
I just feel like everything is just drawing us to that conversation.
Yeah, let's just talk.
Let's pop the cherry and let's get into it, dude.
Let's just talk about it.
Look, it was a good movie. It was definitely a good movie, but it was long as fuck.
He was the king. He was the king of everything.
Oh my god! We didn't need that. We did not need that little musical number.
All the music in that shit should have just gone right in the trash. That music in the movie.
I had that in the chat. He has the worst music selection for scenes ever. When Aquaman's drinking the beer or whatever, and they're playing some slow song. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
It was completely useless. Get this out of here. Why is this here? You're just patenting books. You're just adding to the runtime.
Or the part where he jumped into the ocean and then the girl picked up his shirt and then sniffed it and then just busted.
And then they're singing. I'm like, what the fuck is
that? Yeah, honestly,
so
that
random.
was when I first turned to my girlfriend and I was like, oh fuck, I really hope this ain't what I brought her in for, because this is new and it's not good, and it's really not good, and she doesn't know.
But you know
that.
how he draws out scenes. We should be prepared for that already, knowing this is a Zack Snyder film.
And it's he did so much slow-mo in the beginning, and it was we didn't need that much slow-mo. We did not. Every 5 minutes, slow-mo. It's come on,
yeah.
Bro,
again,
it was ridiculous. But
he showed some cool shit.
Okay.
Before we continue, for people watching, we're gonna be getting into spoilers. So if you haven't watched it yet and don't want to be spoiled, don't continue from this point.
Yeah.
Starting.
Warning out of the way.
We did
continue.
say spoilers an hour ago.
Okay, so what did you have a problem with the Joker?
The when?
It was so shoehorned in, bro. Why did you need? He felt so fucking I don't know.
It's not even that.
So
first of all, the scene was pointless, and second of all, it was just every single line in that scene was cringe. When Batman was like, "Oh, I will fucking kill you," I'm like, bro, no.
Yeah.
That's when I checked out. Joker's talking about giving Batman a reach around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It just felt like,
His-
and I knew what it was because I saw an article that said like Zack Snyder wanted Jared Leto's Joker in the film, and I knew, I was like, it was just some full scene because Jared Leto didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was just like, hey, Zack Snyder hit me up and was like,
And his laugh is horrible too. His laugh is terrible.
Dude, I
He's a
love the
terrible
Joker.
fucking Joker.
I
Leave
love
him in
that
the trash.
Joker.
Leave him in the trash. He's a terrible Joker.
I love that Joker.
ah,
Are you serious? He is terrible.
Dude.
Fucking terrible.
What do you mean? He killed Robin. He murdered him, and is
but
laughing.
they don't tell you
Batman
about it. Like they don't tell you. Like
What do you
no-
mean?
There's a whole.
You-
Okay, there is such a thing as show don't tell, but you can't just be like, hey, look at Robin's
'Cause we-
suit
we
with
don't
Joker's
care.
writing on it.
We
Like
don't-
that's
we
not
don't know
show
the
don't
Robin.
tell. Yeah, we've never met that
I mean,
fucking
that's
Robin.
That's fine. Fuck
And
that
it-
Robin. The point is, this
and
Joker
like I said-
murdered him.
I think I
in cold
mentioned. I think I
blood.
mentioned this.
Fantastic.
I mentioned this last week. No, I have a problem with the Robin being killed being Dick Grayson. How fucking dare you? Don't you ever do that to Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson does not get murdered by the Joker. How fucking dare you?
I mean, look, if you looked, did you guys see what Zack Snyder had plans for Justice League 2 and 3?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the baby thing?
Are we talking about the fact that Bruce
the
Wayne
Injustice storyline?
had an affair with Lois Lane and had a baby, and it's just like, bro, that don't make sense. That don't make sense.
I mean,
it doesn't.
That don't make no goddamn
If-
sense.
Honestly,
The thing
so
about-
what-
The thing about Zack Snyder, he has great ideas, but somebody got to go. Okay, this is too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bring it back in. Dial it back. Like you have some dope ideas, but some of these is just like, bro.
Yeah.
dude, the
No, I'm sorry.
like by the end of it, it's like, I mean, I was kind of just taking it for what it was, and for what it was Batman had a ragtag Justice League, and the Joker, like, it was just half the team was like his enemies.
What is the Joker gonna do
No,
to Superman? What is he gonna do to Superman?
My problem isn't the concept of the scene; it's the way it was executed. Like the lines, the way it's just the things they were saying during the scene is what made me not like it and like made me cringe. Cause it's like he won't let go of this Batman killing people. Like Batman's not like he shouldn't talk about killing people. Like no, it just doesn't work.
And that was
no.
problem.
Wait,
That's another problem with.
I like the whole shit where it's like it's a futuristic Batman. Like, okay, you already had a Batman that killed. You already had a Superman that kills. We have to get past that at that point. Like if they did it in the past, they're gonna fucking do it in the future. We can't keep getting mad at that at this point.
And he's saying, like, yeah, don't worry, like, I'm gonna do it to you. This is gonna be slow.
No,
like,
he did it because, and he explained it when he brought up Harley Quinn, and that's why Joker was like, I had a whole conversation about this with Sir Smith. You brought up Harley Quinn. She wanted you to die slow, and I'm gonna grant that fucking wish. That's what he's bringing up. But the
still don't like Batman
conversation
saying it.
itself, yeah. But I mean, it's
The
a
fact-
Batman in the future where Superman is just offing people. So of course Batman is gonna fucking kill people.
Yeah,
Like, it's gonna
but,
happen.
I mean, I'll be okay with that one. But like you say, as a Batman in the future, he's gonna be okay. I was not okay with him killing people in BBS. That was bullshit. I didn't like that.
That was dumb. Yeah, that was weird.
I mean,
That was a little weird.
Yeah, and
I'm totally okay with Batman offing people, man. Like, dude, that thing of him just holding criminals above the, the buildings and stuff.
I don't want.
There are
Yeah.
comic panels of him in the beginning where,
What
yes,
makes-
he's hanging people from the fucking Batwing. Yes, I know.
The thing that makes Batman like not just it's like Batman having his rule of not killing makes them a little bit more interesting. Especially the fact of if Batman has no problem with killing, he would have killed the Joker.
A
Exactly.
while ago,
The
yeah.
Joker would be fucking dead.
He'd be gone.
Like, there's
Like,
no
why
reason
keep
the
him
Joker
alive?
would still be alive.
And just
like,
Batman having
then-
that role is what makes Joker work, because Joker's like, you're either gonna have to kill me or let me kill people.
Yeah, him
Batman
having
has
that
no
role,
problem with it, then Joker just doesn't work
Silence,
as a
silence
fundamental
is
character.
violence, brothers. Silence is violence. And him allowing the Joker to continue traipsing around, shooting
That's the thing,
Barbara.
though, like you said, the fact of the matter is, what makes his, his interactions with the Joker is that the Joker is constantly trying to push him to break his rules. If he's already breaking the rules, it's like, what's
the point of the Joker? Yeah. No, that makes. I mean, at that point, yeah. What's the point of him being around? Like, Joker already pushed him past the point where he's murdering people. So what's the point of their Joker? Yeah. Why is there a Joker?
I don't know.
Why? That's his whole fucking point of being alive. Is to push him past that breaking point and show him that he's just as bad as everybody else.
Like, if Batman actually killed the Joker would die smiling. Because this is what he wants.
Just like he did in Arkham.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what he wants. He wants to die smiling because he knows that he finally forced him to break his rule. And it's like, a Batman without that rule is just like... so, you never could bring in a character like the Red Hood, because it's like, well, the Red Hood isn't that extreme if Batman is doing the same shit. The Red Hood can never exist. Like, it makes no sense, but... And then you have, Wonder Woman. Okay, Wonder Woman has no problem with, like, killing occasionally. She has no problem with that. But Wonder Woman killing a bunch of people in front of children is a little extra for me. And it was like,
I mean, I did feel some way when I saw that too. I was like, but at the same time, it's like, yo, they were about to murk a bunch of fucking people. It had nothing to do with anything. And she was like, I'm going to get them the fuck out of here.
She's fast enough that she didn't have to do that. She's fast enough.
This isn't like that Watchmen kind of like universe thing where it's like, kids see horrible shit. Kids see even worse shit all the time than some bad guys getting shot. Like that's
this
a good
isn't
thing.
No Disney bullshit.
That's a good thing.
See, I said it before. I was like, if the hostage situation didn't traumatize these kids, them seeing these people get their heads bashed and bleeding all over the floor, that is definitely going to traumatize the shit out of them. Like,
but I mean,
I don't ever.
Even in Brandon's defense, like that. No, hold on. In Wonder Woman's defense, what the fuck are you gonna do in that situation? What are you gonna do? You're gonna save those kids. Yeah, they're gonna be scarred for life. Either way, they're gonna be scarred for life. They just got out of a fucking
like the whole,
hostage
situation.
situation.
That's the whole thing about comic books. Like,
there's a way you can do that scene where she doesn't have to murder everybody. Especially, okay, I'll give you the last one. The last guy that she blew away and blew the building away. There was no reason for that. Zero reason for that. She was fast enough to not only get to him before he reloaded, she was fast enough that she could have blocked him before he shot. If he started shooting anything off, she could have used her lasso. She could have ran up and grabbed him. At no point did she need to blow away half the building. What was the point of that? Wow.
I don't know. Yeah.
It just looks cool. Zack Snyder does. He does stuff that just looks cool. It was like,
but he's
no
famous for
line
making dope
I
moments. Yeah, I know. We should probably take a 2-minute break.
We're
I
back.
don't remember what we were talking about.
Brandon, you're muted.
Talking about Wonder Woman killing people for no reason.
I mean,
Like, I have no problem with her killing. It's just that it needs a Wonder Woman kills when it's necessary. I didn't feel like it was necessary in that case at all. My problem, and I discussed this before, my problem isn't with superheroes killing. I have no issue with that. Because I love Wolverine, and he kills people all the time. But I have a problem with these specific superheroes being the ones that's just murking people with no
remorse.
Yeah, no remorse. That's my problem.
Yeah, I'll just say I really do like the action in that scene. Like everything before she killed the last guy, it was like fucking awesome. But then once it got to that, I was like, that was a little weird because she did not need to do that. and then she's like hugging the little girl while the trail of blood's like creeping towards them.
Yeah.
Like, in the overhead shot.
You can see in the background somebody just bleeding out on the floor.
Don't worry about it, sweetie.
I want to be
It's
just
okay.
like you.
Can I be like you? You can be whatever you want, sweetie. Don't look at that blood.
I did appreciate that though in this movie. Like I forgot that it's rated R.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
no, I
Like-
appreciated that. Like, don't treat me like a fucking child, bro. Like, we're all grown-ups here. We want to watch a fucking good, like, grown-up movie. You can make a PG-13 version,
Yeah.
but you
That's
can give
just
us what
like-
we want to.
I feel like Zack Snyder, like he needs to do something like Squadron Supreme. The type of characters that don't have any problem with, murking people every 5 minutes. That's what he
Yeah.
wants to do. Those are the characters. That's the type of characters that he wants to be. He doesn't want to do the Justice League. He wants.
So
to
let
do-
me ask, who would you put the entire Justice League as it was with this movie? Who would you put them in the hands of? Well-known director,
That's tough.
right?
Who would I? You talking about a director, right?
Director, yeah, a well-known director.
Let's see.
I don't even know.
I would have to sit on. I would have to sit on that one.
Right?
I gotta sit on that one for a minute. Yeah, I gotta sit on that. But I mean, outside the good parts of this, like I said, a lot of the stuff look cool in the movie, but then when you think about the fact that it's the fucking Justice League doing it, it's like, come on.
Look,
So actually, before we get too negative about it, let's just go down like what we liked about the movie.
I was gonna
before we
say,
start
'cause
picking it apart.
we are getting really negative about the movie, and
Mhm.
I love
Y'all
a
are.
lot of shit about this movie. I love
Oh,
this
I
movie,
enjoyed it a lot. I said it was good. Yeah.
but we have to get the negative shit out of the way. We have to get the gripes and all the fuck, because I have a lot of gripes about shit like WandaVision. I have gripes about Falcon and Winter Soldier already after one episode.
Really?
A little
That
bit.
show was really boring. That show was real boring.
It started off a little
Don't-
slow, and that's my
don't
gripe
get
with
into it yet.
But
But
yeah, but yeah. So it's good
So
to
you
get
wanted
the
to
gripes
throw
out
a
because
gripe-
I did love this fucking movie. I really did. Now, I'm not gonna say it's better than every fucking Marvel movie that's out there, bro.
But it's
I've
also
seen that. Come on now. Come on.
However, it's a fucking dope movie. After
felt
watching
about it
that-
was like, so I liked it, like when I was watching it,
Yeah.
like in the moment of watching it, I really liked it a lot. And when you don't think about those things, like after you're done, it's a cool movie, like definitely. So
Yeah.
I did like it at first watch. I felt like a lot of the scenes that he added that added context to the movie was like greatly appreciated. I feel like Steppenwolf was a lot better in this version than the old one. Like in the old one, the original theatrical cut, I don't even know what Steppenwolf was even doing. But in this
Yeah.
one, he actually had motive. He had drive. He had like character traits.
Everybody's motive made more sense in this movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Besides Aquaman, they ruined Aquaman in this version compared to Joss Whedon's version. But I feel like Cyborg is definitely like the heart and soul of the movie, like by far.
Absolutely.
Which he should have
And
been.
the cyborg scenes were greatly appreciated in the movie. Like
Yeah.
it added a whole lot of heart and meaning to a whole lot of he was definitely very screwed in the first version of this movie. Like the problem with they probably wanted to cut out some of his scenes in the first one, but the way that Zack Snyder weaved in Cyborg so much into the plot that if you cut out any of his scenes and stuff like that, then you start to cut out like 15 more because nothing else makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I think he got so screwed in the beginning, because it's like Snyder weaves Cyborg so much into the plot that removing any of his scenes will fuck up later scenes. So that's why I add all the scenes back made it a way better movie.
Justice League wasn't so rushed in the first place, you wouldn't really have that problem of trying to cram all this stuff into a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
Like if we would have already had our Flash, our Aquaman movies, then you would have had to. You didn't have to focus on so much time to introduce them into the world, and you could have just done Cyborg and woven him into the plot, and it could have been like reduced, like runtime wise.
What would a Flash movie look like?
I mean, he's got a pretty vast like rogue gallery.
I was gonna say he does have a lot of.
But again, like I said last
He
week,
did talk about or he hinted at Gorilla Grodd in the movie.
who cares about any of that stuff? Like, unless he's reset.
I
the
fuck with the
timeline.
Flash, bro. Chill, bro.
Dude, yeah, so do
Okay.
I. But I ain't gonna go see a movie unless it's a Flashpoint, which is really the only like.
But
Yeah,
we've
that's
seen
a
Flashpoint.
headlining
We've
act.
seen the animated
Yeah,
Flashpoint.
He did it in this movie. That shit was fire.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was dope.
Okay.
That was dope because we
portal
were sitting
open?
there. It's funny because we were watching it.
Okay,
and
so
Sir
can I
Spitz
do-
is like-
can I do my breakdown? Let me do my.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
the movie starts. The movie starts. It's Superman screaming. He's getting stabbed. Instantly, I'm just like, okay, this is already first frame different than the theatrical version. Like, this is an iPhone Superman interview. What does the S stand for, Superman? No, it's like, nigga, we're here in the third movie, like, whatever. Anyway, it's like a good recap of like, okay, because my girlfriend never watched any of the movies, so it's different immediately and throughout, and it's very Zack Snyder all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the music choices, the dialogue, the jokes are horrible in this movie. That's about the
He
only.
doesn't
thing
have
that
a
the
fucking sense
theatrical
of humor.
version. The theatrical version had way better like quips. Like when Aquaman brings the fisherman back and throws him down on the thing in the movie, he's like, a whiskey and a beer for him. And it's like, oh, that's like cool. That's like, all right,
Yeah.
no. And this one, he's just like, a whiskey.
Put on his tab.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like,
And it wasn't really
okay.
funny in this version, and it was actually like enjoyable in the first.
That's why I said they ruined
Yeah.
Aquaman in this one.
It's like certain things like that, but it's like, like introducing Flash, it made sense here. It made sense getting the two younger, superheroes introduced together in like the same world or whatever, because they're brand new. Like, they don't know the limits of their power or whatever. Like, they're brand new to it.
Mm-hmm.
The other three guys have been doing it forever. The other four guys.
And I have
Whatever
a
the
problem with the fucking timeline.
See,
bro.
the only thing I'll say about giving him the excuse of being brand new to his powers is that he apparently figured out time travel, so he's not that brand new to his powers.
No,
He
no,
knew
no.
time travel
Of
before
course,
he did it.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
he built his own suit. Like, he's been doing it underground, but like, it's not big time. Like, and with powers like that, and that's what I mean. Of like, can't do much. Like, wow, he stopped some bank robberies. That's not going to be fun in an individual movie. Of like, okay, you stopped Mr. Boomerang or whatever. Like, okay, like, yeah, you ran fast and stopped the.
They
people
have
from
like
some money.
7 seasons of The Flash. There are stories, bro. Come
That's a
on.
TV show. That's a TV show.
But
It's
imagine
different.
how it would look in Hollywood, dude.
When you have with the Flash, a lot of times you have to do with him because you have to make sense of why he just can't be super fast and beat all his enemies. A lot of his enemies do things like, I always say that if I was like fighting somebody like the Flash, if I was going to rob a bank, I would like, oh, don't touch me, Flash, because I have a bomb all the way in Guatemala about to blow up. So if you touch me, that bomb in Guatemala gonna blow up. So either you go take care of that or you touch me. So it's like stuff like that. Like you have to make it.
You can beat the Flash with a dead man's trigger, basically.
Exactly. That's how a lot of his enemies get him, because it's like otherwise he just can just outrun and defeat them immediately.
But the movie is very good. The change of tone is pretty much the best thing for it, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, it doesn't feel like a Frankenstein movie. It's it's literally just, the whole time I was like, oh, like now this makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, they didn't explain the mother boxes at all in the movie version. So it's like,
Yeah,
dude,
It's like Batman but the way they introduce Batman with the mother boxes.
Go.
It didn't explain anything, but it's because I think Joss Whedon was pandering to the audience that watched the animated films, because that's exactly how it happens in Justice League Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Was it Doom?
Yeah, Justice League. Yeah, I think
Dark,
it's Doom.
Was it Doom?
No, is it?
No, Doom was.
I had it somewhere.
Yeah.
I actually had it.
But it's with. It starts out that way, where Batman's hunting down a parademon. So, like, if you watch that film, you'd be like, dude, that's fucking dope. That calls back to. However, it doesn't make fucking sense in the overall story of the film. The film that you're watching, it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, okay, cool. But how does Batman know that parademons are attracted to fear and all this bullshit? It's like,
yeah, dude, again, the theatrical version made no goddamn sense. It looked cool, but it was like the plot was not there. This was like,
you watch Zack Snyder's version, you're like, this makes sense. Like, all the puzzle pieces fall together because that was his original vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he added a whole lot of context to a whole lot. Like, he added a whole lot of context. And I think, like I said before, a big thing with his movie was adding all those cyborg scenes back in. Because a lot of cyborg scenes actually added a whole lot of context to everything else in the movie as well. Like what his dad was doing and everything else. The cyborg scenes were definitely sorely missing from the
I mean, the whole movie was about bringing people back from, like, a lot of the subtext of, like, what he added back in was, you know, bringing people back from the dead, which was very, you know, like, a lot of the moments where, like, where the characters were talking about people dying, like, all the music stopped, all the bullshit stopped, and, like, that was, like, some of the best moments in the movies. Like, with Cyborg and his mom, before, like, she passes. You know, so, and again, all this movie was just to give money to the suicide prevention place to raise money for that. So people forget about that too, where it's like this is trying to do some good with all of the up its own ass.
Yeah, because the cut came out of a tragedy.
You know, about the Flash though, like, I mean, this is like a petty gripe, so it's not even really a gripe. I don't like that he has blue lightning. Like, I've no, like, the Speed Force is yellow. I don't like those.
Yeah.
It's a petty gripe, so I'll leave it.
Yeah, it's Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
The yellow,
I mean,
yellow would be
he makes his
bright.
superheroes kill people, so I think I can let the colors.
I was gonna say that you're probably right. It's a Zack Snyder film. The yellow isn't the color that he wants to use.
Yeah.
But I also didn't understand why it was that one scene where they were, you know, helping the people escape, and Flash is just running around the stairs telling people to hurry up. Why is he not grabbing these people and taking them up? Why is he just running around?
Because he would destroy them. That's why he didn't touch Iris like that.
Isn't there like an explanation for why people don't get destroyed when he runs fast with them? Like,
He hasn't ran with anybody yet, I don't think.
He ran.
I was about to say,
didn't he run with
in the
Iris,
comics,
or
he
did he
does it
move
all
the
the
car?
time. That's the thing. Grabbing
Yeah.
people and running, like, that's the thing.
Like, he would just grab people and just.
I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, in the comics there is an explanation for why people don't, like, die when he's like carrying them around.
I think they said like it's some like field around him because of Speed Force or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I had to.
It's always some timey-wimey bullshit with the Speed Force.
See, like that may be like a more advanced Flash. Like this is still college. Like he hasn't even entered Star's labs. You know what I mean?
I
So
think
if
something
that's
that
the
would've
case,
helped with
then
that
it doesn't
is
make sense
if,
that
like,
Batman has been active for 20 fucking years, bro.
I mean, yeah. When the Flash is just popping, you know.
I feel like something that would have helped with that is if they kept the scene from the Joss Whedon version where Flash is like, I've never been in a fight, like I don't know what to do, and Batman's
just
like,
push people
just
out of the
save
way.
one person. I feel like they would have
They-
kept that in. That would have helped that scene a lot more. Like, oh yeah, this Flash is inexperienced.
Yeah.
To just tell you. But I mean, I don't like Ezra Miller's Flash. It's not Barry Allen, and it's just I don't like it. It's like
It
This
is
weird-
weird.
It's very
it's like this
strange.
weird combination of Wally, but with like like the spastic energy of Bart Allen, but it's not Barry Allen. And it was like, either give me Wally or Bart, but don't give me, Barry and just steal qualities from them. Like, that's not Barry. And that's what I'm like, I wouldn't mind if they recast him because he's not Barry Allen. And, I just
And to be honest,
can't
I
really-
feel I like the CW Flash more than Ezra Miller Flash. Even though I don't even watch the show anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stopped watching it a while ago.
He is more put together.
But
It was funny. My bad. I was thinking about the fact of when he went to go save Iris, why did he break through the glass? Why didn't he just go out the door? Like,
why did
what
he
was
like
that-
grope her? Like,
Because it's cooler to turn glass for water.
why did he grope her like mid save? Like he's like stroking her hair or whatever.
Okay.
I
It's
mean,
a little weird.
Man,
A little fucking
Did he
weird.
let the truck driver die? Like the truck driver, like did he ever get saved?
That's all like he did. He
He's a-
never go to,
He's a fuck everybody
that
else,
guy.
bro.
he's,
like, she's cute. I'm saving her. I don't care about this guy.
if you're a
screaming is-
nerdy, like socially anxious superhero, and you're able to take a moment and look at this girl who just, definitely checked you out, I'd be like, wait, what do you look like? Oh, you kind of cute, bro. Let's save you.
I mean, that's why she almost crashed. She was staring at him. That's why she almost
Yeah,
crashed.
she was checking him out. So he's like, oh, let's
Yeah.
check you out. Let's check you out, babe. What's up?
As hard as she was staring, I would have ran out the door like, oh, okay, what's up?
Yeah,
Staring at her.
if she wasn't looking at me, then yeah, I'd just be like, "Alright, let's just save you. Whatever.
So I brought up earlier that like there's things like when you're watching in the moment it's cool as long as you don't think about it afterwards. That's how I felt with the Martian Manhunter cameo. Like in the moment when I saw it, like it was like, oh shit, this is like fucking cool. Like it's Martian Manhunter. But then I thought about it and I was like, wait, he's been here this whole time and hasn't helped like with Zod. He
Hasn't
didn't
done
help with
anything.
Doomsday.
It was just like, it was a cool thing, like, oh, let's... No, bro. Like,
Yeah, when
Well,
it first
yeah.
happened, I was like, oh shit, that's Martian Manhunter. And then I thought about it. I was like, wait.
wasn't he also the general in Man of Steel?
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
What
like
did
the
he do
black
in
guy.
Man of Steel?
And BBS.
He was the
So
Watcher?
he did
Yeah.
nothing.
He was the
did
Watcher.
nothing, when a bunch of Kryptonians came to Earth destroying shit. He just stayed behind a computer screen. Are you serious?
No, man. It's not his planet. And he even said it. He's like, whatever, bro.
Yeah.
That's y'all shit. I'm
Where
not
is
saying
this
it-
planet he
I'm not gonna
living
blow
in?
my
Yeah, but
cover.
his planet is dead at this point. Like, there are
This is the
no
planet.
green Martians at this point. The white Martians took them out.
I'm just playing the devil's advocate for why everyone blow my cover.
He was like, I didn't know I was gonna get attacked by a bunch of Martian
Some
manhunters.
gringo comes down to Earth and whatever, bro. Who knows?
So how'd you guys feel about Darkseid though?
Oh, dude.
It was pretty cool.
To
Pretty-
see the fact that Darkseid almost got took out by Ares, chill.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was thinking like Darkseid, like his first like appearance like on the drawing on the wall,
Mhm.
like that was like fucking like cool. Like I was like, oh shit, this guy's like really here. Like he's like scary and
Yeah.
everything. But then seeing him get beat up in the flashback, it kind of like ruined my image of Darkseid.
But
Like,
you have
They
to
had
you have to
dragged
know
his
that
head
that's
off-
like thousands of fucking years ago, dude.
I mean, I know that, but still, it's like with I hate to compare it because they're not the same at all. But like with Thanos, like there was like this huge build up, and then like once he's finally on screen, he's like beating the fuck out of Hulk, and like you feel like intimidated, like oh, how are they gonna beat this guy? Well, like Darkseid, like I know like the Amazons, the men, the Atlanteans, the Lanterns, like they all teamed up and that's how they could beat him. But it's the fact that he was already like shown vulnerable and like
Well,
already
that
beat up.
wasn't Darkseid, right?
That was Darkseid, yeah, in the flashback.
Darkseid, yeah.
No, not yet. Technically.
Well, that's
Yeah, I
okay.
think-
That's not the, and that's what the point that I was making was that wasn't the modern Darkseid with the
It's
fucking
like seeing Michael Jordan in high school getting beat and then be like, this kid's got a little pussy bitch.
Yeah.
And then it's
like
oh,
modern
what are you
Darkseid
doing
has
15
the
years
fucking
later,
laser
bro?
eyes. Like he could just
Yeah,
be
like,
like, bing, bing,
even
bing.
having the
The Omega,
beams.
yeah, the Mega Beams. There you go.
I mean,
Thank you, the
yeah.
Omega Beams.
You're right, but it
Like,
just felt weird to see him get beat up as like his first appearance.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
the
didn't
dragon
know
man
what
off
he
the
was
battlefield.
walking into. He didn't know he was gonna be met by fucking gods, metahumans and shit like
Yeah.
that. They didn't know what the fuck metahumans was, and he didn't have the Omega Beams. He didn't have the smoke around
they
his
had to
eyes.
show you that Earth is OP, bro.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it
I'm
made
down.
sense that he kind of almost got murked, and he was like, okay, so this is
I
the
would have liked
planet
to see
that I'm
him
gonna
do more
come back
damage
to.
first before he lost though.
I mean, it's also one guy against the whole Pantheon, the Green Lantern.
I was
Like,
gonna say, they showed
he's kind of strong.
Yeah.
Even
Like,
as
that's
I
where
The Green
I'd like to
Lantern
see him
looked
do
kinda
more
whack.
damage
I mean,
though.
The Green Lantern looked kind of whack to me because I'm like, why is he not making any constructs or anything? He just shooting lasers. I'm like, do something.
yeah, it was,
Right.
it was
throw a fucking
very,
train
very
at him,
deep.
like
And
yeah,
then he
Yeah.
dies in like 2 seconds. I was like, what?
yeah.
Dog, make a fist or something and swing it at. Do something cool with the
Or
construct.
like make the
Like,
brick wall and like smack him with it or something.
Yeah. He didn't do anything cool. It was just
Yeah,
like,
Well,
I cannot wait until we get more lanterns
So-
in the DCU.
The Martian
Yeah.
Manhunter scene at the end with Bruce Wayne was supposed to be a Green Lantern scene.
That should have been Green Lantern.
He wanted it to be
Uh,
Green Lantern,
it
but
didn't make
the
any
studio was
sense.
like, nope. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna do Martian Manhunter.
Oh yeah, because they
like,
told him they don't want him to do Green Lantern, because he was trying to get Ryan Reynolds back in the movie, right?
Yes, that was one of the things he wanted to get Ryan Reynolds back as a cameo, but it was also that they're doing Green Lantern Corps TV show.
Yeah, and DC or Warner Bros told him like, no, we don't want you to do
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
It's the same thing with like Flash with the TV show with fucking Ezra Miller. Like they didn't want people to get confused, and it's like just
And
chill the
well,
fuck out.
Weren't they on the TV show together?
That was one little
Eventually,
event. That was one little
yeah, the
event.
crossover event. Eventually, but how many years did that take?
Pretty
like,
chill.
yeah, that was like DC's weird thing for years, where it's like they didn't want a character in the TV shows because they want to do it in the movies, but then they didn't never do them in the movies, so you could have just used them in the TV. Like, for some reason, even though the shows it's not one universe, they
Mhm.
still didn't want like them using characters that they want to use in the movies, which I never understood at all. Like, if you're like, why can't it be two Batmans? Why can't it be a Batman on TV and a Batman in the movie? Like, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want our audience
Especially
to
since
get confused.
they openly
like, bro.
embrace the multiverse anyway.
Yeah,
Well, now
Yeah.
they do, but originally they did
They
not.
weren't.
They were like, the whole reason that Harley Quinn was supposed to be an Arrow.
Mhm.
She was supposed to be in like Arrow, like I want to say
This-
season 2.
Yeah, they were trying to introduce the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
and the
yeah, I
whole
remember
reason and they wound up going with Cupid instead. But the whole reason is that they didn't get because Warner Brothers was like, oh no, we're going to do
Yeah.
Harley Quinn in the movie. So
Exactly.
And that's why they killed Deadshot. Was it Deadshot or Deathstroke
It was.
that they killed off?
Well,
I remember
they,
he was-
they had both Deadshot and Deathstroke
Yeah,
in the show.
Yeah, I think it's Deathstroke.
But they killed
and,
off Deadshot early because it was like some white dude that they had, some skinny white dude. That
yeah,
played,
and they killed him
Deadshot.
because the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, and then they had
Mhm.
Deathstroke, and then they I think eventually killed Deathstroke. But
I remember
Well, Deathstroke
last time I
came
remember
back.
Deathstroke, he was on the island that Oliver Queen was on. And then,
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
he-
the whole
something like that.
He
Deathstroke.
was before the show ended. Deathstroke was still alive, or whatever. He was just
Yeah.
in jail at that.
I do
So-
have to bounce out to go to the grocery store.
All right, brother.
Okay. Yeah,
man.
my bad. I gotta do some.
Later,
Peace
bro.
out, peace out. The movie's good. Go see it.
It's
Joker's
been real.
fantastic.
Chill.
The Joker's fantastic. I want more Jared Leto Joker.
Nah, you gotta go now.
You're all man. You're alone.
Alright.
Uh,
Oh, shit.
I mean, I guess we'll try to finish out the
Yeah.
you know, the talk on this movie. The other thing that bothered me about the end is when Superman is beating the shit out of Steppenwolf, and he like lasered off his horn and like just kept beating him out. I'm like, why is Superman being this brutal? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, I appreciated it because I'm like, yo, I want this dude to get fucking get like the
It
fucking
looks cool.
shit
It's
smacked
one
out
those
of him,
things.
bro.
It looks cool. It absolutely looks cool. But it's just like, this isn't Superman. Why is nobody saying, hey, Superman, chill out? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
I mean, because everybody killed people at this point, so fuck it, why not?
my problem with that too is like, why are we so in a rush to get Superman to be evil and he hasn't even been good yet? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that was the one thing. Sorry to interrupt. That was the one thing
Yeah.
about the Justice League, the Joss Whedon version. That at the very least, you saw Superman saving people.
yeah,
You saw him being, you know, in the middle of the fight. He didn't just care about beating the foe. He cared about, we need to go save these people first. And I feel like that's something that they still needed in this movie. So where it's a Superman that doesn't just care about beating the enemy, he also care about saving people first. That's always Superman's thing. Superman will take 1,000 punches, get beaten to the ground, if it means that he has to save somebody, that somebody needs to be saved.
Right.
First.
Before
So he will
kill
take
somebody.
1,000 punches to save somebody.
exactly. And it just seems so rushed because like, you'd appreciate like it'd be so much more like, I guess sad. I don't know the word I want to use, but sad. If we got to see Superman be like this bright light of the DC universe, and then like seeing him like go down that path, like that dark path, that you'd like it hit harder.
Right.
But we haven't even seen him be Superman yet.
Yeah.
So I don't care. I don't care yet that he's turning evil.
And like I said, when the theatrical version, I said the one good thing about the theatrical version, I actually I cared about the Superman after the theatrical version. But
Right.
after this version, I don't necessarily care about him.
Mhm.
Like at the end, like why he's still wearing a black suit at the end? Like what was the point of him? But now he's like just wearing a black suit now. Like why?
Well,
They
I
never
mean,
really gave a reason for.
why he wore the black suit, because he was supposed to absorb like the solar energy. That was the whole point of the fucking black suit.
But did they explain that in the movie?
They don't. But okay, so they do show him going up and like in the sun and like just, you know, but they don't say it word for word like, hey, you're supposed to infer that. It's
And
show,
the other thing
don't
about that
tell.
is, why is he still wearing it at the end now? Like, why did he rip his shirt off and he's still wearing
He's
it?
wearing the black suit. I mean, why does he not have the mullet? I mean, you know, like if we want to get really critical, you know, 'cause I gotta play devil's advocate. I have to.
And the other thing I didn't like is when they clearly beat Steppenwolf. Okay.
Yeah.
Not only does, you know, Aquaman stab him with John. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. And I was like, he was already defeated, but, you know, all right, cool. Once Superman punched him, I saw him flying through the portal. I'm thinking like, okay, cool. They punched him into the portal. There was no reason that Wonder Woman had to come through and decapitate that man.
But I mean, look, okay, to me, I fucking love that scene. Cause like,
It's
how
totally
else
cool.
would you deliver your failed nephew to you? Like, yo, you tried to take over my planet? Fuck you. I'm gonna throw your nephew, his head first, and then his body. Suck my dick.
And that's the thing with a lot of Snyder stuff, is that it's cool. But the problem is that this is a scene with the big blue Boy Scout on it.
Yeah.
And I feel like in that scene, this could have been a perfect time where she's coming to swing and Superman goes and stops her.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, no. That would have been perfect for him to do that. And then like, no, she decapitates him. And then at the end, they're all smiling. Like Superman's okay with somebody just getting decapitated now. Like,
Yeah,
I,
isn't Superman?
I mean,
against,
look,
like,
look at what we've seen up until this point. We've been indoctrinated.
and you're right.
You know
You're
what I
right,
mean?
you're right.
It goes with the flow of the series. It wouldn't make sense if at this point Superman was like, nah. It's like, no, he tried to destroy your entire planet, bro. Cut his fucking head off, send it to his buddy, and be like, mm-hmm.
And
Come back and try me again.
Right about that. You're absolutely right that it makes sense in a universe to be built up to this point.
Yeah, it
It doesn't
would
make
make
sense
sense.
for comic fans.
Of
It makes
course.
sense for the universe they built.
But it didn't make sense in fucking Man of Steel when he snaps Zod's neck. It's not gonna make sense now.
Exactly.
You have
You're
to go with the
absolutely right.
continuity.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
So do you guys, now that Zack Snyder's cut is out, do you guys want a continuation from that?
No,
Absolutely.
Like,
not.
no.
Yeah, I feel
No.
the same way.
I've heard his vision. No.
And it's not because of Zack Snyder. It's more so because like everything in DC is so confusing now. Like you have different
Yeah.
Batmans and all that. I just want a clean slate. I want them to have a continuity, and I just want them to just start fresh.
I don't want a continuity. They're good with one shots. Give me a good fucking one shot.
I mean, they're obviously trying to do a continuity though.
But stop, because you're fucking up. Like stop it.
I'm gonna say DC has been on the right track, and bringing back the Snyderverse is going to take them off the track now.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to.
You want to bring continuity back? Bring the animated series. All those
I feel
animated
like
fucking movies, bring them shits to live action, and you have yourself an amazing DC universe.
I feel
Bring
like
it
And
live
that's
action.
what I never understood. I'm like, why not just use them writers and all that from the animated stuff? Why not get them? To do
Because it's too expensive to make live action. The props, the CGI, they're too cheap. It's cheaper to make it animated. I can give you a great animated movie with a bunch of dope voice actors for half the price of a live action movie. It's just about the money.
yeah, if I was in charge, I'd probably be like, if I was in charge of DC, I'd say we're gonna keep Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
Ray
keep
Fisher
Jason
Cyborg.
Momoa Aquaman.
Ray Fisher
And then we're
Cyborg.
gonna everything else are like me personally. I'd like Henry Cavill back as Superman. I feel like he's perfect. But besides that, Robert Pattinson would be the new Batman. I just start fresh with that. Ezra Miller, he obviously I don't know if he's committed or not, because like I swear I've seen him saying he didn't want to do Flash anymore.
But I don't want Robert Pattinson as Batman. I don't.
Why not?
I don't know.
Because he doesn't understand the role of Batman.
I mean, he's not making the script though.
Yeah, but
As long as he's not making the script or directing, then I don't really care what.
I gotta
he
see
thinks.
how the Batman plays out. Because I've seen the first trailer, I have high hopes for it. I'm just not happy with what he said about the character. And it's like, if you're saying these things about the character, I want to know how you're treating that character.
And what did he say?
He basically said that he doesn't think Batman is considered a superhero because he doesn't have power or magical abilities.
Does he consider him a hero?
He said superhero.
Hmm.
That was the verbiage. He was like, I don't consider Batman a superhero because he doesn't have magical abilities or superpowers. He's just a normal person.
I'd be more concerned about that quote if he was like in charge of the script or the direction of the movie. But him being just an actor, he doesn't really have input, so I don't really like put stock into what he said with that.
But you never know with that stuff. Like, you could say the same thing about Ryan Reynolds, but like when Ryan Reynolds originally, way back in X-Men Origins, when he talked about Deadpool, you're like, oh, this guy gets it. He absolutely gets Deadpool or whatever. But then you actually see in Origins, you're like, oh, well, he had no control over the script clearly. So
Yeah, and that's exactly what I mean. Like the actor obviously got it, and it ended up not being right. So him, like the actor, like
But
Batman,
I'm worried about
like,
it
in
being
your opinion,
the
not
opposite
getting it right.
direction. Like, you have to understand, this is the dude who's playing the character. So if he doesn't feel this character is a superhero,
Mm.
how is he gonna play this fucking character? Because Batman is a superhero. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have fucking powers.
Are you going to play him? Because all you saw shown us so far is him beating the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
It's like, are you going to play Batman as the fucking Punisher or something? Like,
Right.
Is that where you're going?
That's the
Isn't,
point that I'm trying. Like, are you
Isn't
going
year
to...
one Batman always brutal like this though? Like to start off with, or isn't that like always how
Yes,
he's portrayed anyway?
And he also got the shit kicked out of him too.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, if you want to show the original, the year one Batman where he was fucking brutal, where he was a detective, then you also have to show him getting the fuck beat out of him, because there is a scene in Batman Year One where he's like fucking amateur because he got the shit beat out of him.
Exactly. He was just starting out and they were kicking his fucking ass. He were kicking his ass.
Exactly. I like Robert Pattinson. I feel like he's a great actor. I think he definitely has what it takes to pull it off. As long as he's not making the script.
I don't look at him as Batman, but that can change. That can absolutely change. So who knows?
Yeah.
I just hope. I really want a Batman movie where Bruce Wayne, where I want to like Bruce Wayne. Every Batman movie I've ever seen, like it's always like Bruce Wayne's on the screen. I'm like, okay, when are you gonna be Batman again? Like I always don't care about Bruce Wayne.
I don't.
I wonder
think
if they're gonna
Bruce
fix this.
Wayne is supposed to be personable, because he has a double life.
Yeah.
What person do you know has two separate lives? He's not supposed to be someone you relate to. However, he needs to be someone who can portray two different people, Bruce Wayne and the Batman.
And Bruce Wayne always just ends up boring in the movies.
I'm gonna tell you the thing about Bruce Wayne is that like a lot of times is the fact that he is Bruce Wayne, but he isn't Bruce Wayne. He connects more with Batman.
Exactly.
With being Batman.
And Bruce Wayne's the mask.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Perfect. Bruce Wayne is the mask, and it's like when he's being Bruce Wayne, he's not even being himself because he's being like
that's the facade.
He's being the facade, the playboy, and all that other.
They don't even do that in the movies. Like Bruce Wayne, like
they did it in the Nolan movies, kind of. That was the most.
I mean, we got like one or two scenes in the entire trilogy where he feels like he's like being extra.
How much are you gonna focus on Bruce Wayne being a playboy, like being a fake person? Like, how much are you gonna focus on that?
It's just when they show Bruce, like the party scenes with Harvey Dent, he's like so stern and like brooding. Like I don't really get across like, oh, he's trying to hide that he's like actually Batman.
I mean, like I've seen like the scenes where he's like interacting with people and shit. He's like, he kind of pretends to be.
Maybe in Batman Begins where he's like going off at the party. That's like the.
Oh, I love that scene. That's one of my.
Yeah, it's the best with the fucking models in the fountain and shit.
You sycophantic suck up. Just smile to your people, please.
Yeah, that's the type of Bruce Wayne I want. I want an asshole Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that scene. But yeah, Snyder Cut. It was good. I probably won't watch it again. 4 hours too long.
Yeah, I'll never watch it again.
That's something where I'm gonna be like, oh, I got nothing else to do. Snyder Cut. But honestly, no, it was a dope movie. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't agree with Brandon about it being,
I wouldn't even say it's a dope movie. It's more so a dope experience.
Yes. But
like
that's a Zack Snyder movie. Zack Snyder lives in moments. He gives you good moments. And that's it. And that is 4 hours of, oh, that was dope. Oh, shit, that was dope. That Wonder Woman scene with the terrorist, that was dope. She killed him, but the whole scene before that where she was ping, 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 like that was dope.
Yeah.
He gave you a lot of cool moments.
That's kind of how I judge Endgame. Like I don't see Endgame as just a standalone movie. I judge it because it feels like an experience. It feels like the conclusion. It's like how shows sometimes they do like the episode before the series finale. Like that always feels like the actual final episode, and then the very final episode's like the resolutions of everything and like them just like closing it off. That's how I think of Endgame. Like it's not a standalone movie. it's like an experience, and that's how I'm gonna judge like Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's an experience. It's a 7 out of 10 experience, but it's an experience.
It was fun. It was a dope time. Like listen, I got off a long fucking work day and I was like, God damn it, I got a fucking 4-hour movie. This shit sucks. Yo, we threw some fucking pizza in the oven. You know, your boy got a little baked. You know, it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
we fucking watched that 4 hours.
I watched like 2.5 hours one day.
I did that with The Irishman, but with this, I watched it from the back.
I watched it in one sitting.
Now, Irishman, I had to take a break, dude. I was like, this is... There's a lot of talking. I was like, I need to cook something now. I was hungry.
Yes,
I was like halfway through. But yeah, no. This...
What rating would you guys give Zack Snyder's compared to... Like, I give the original maybe a 5, 6 out of 10. I'd give Zack Snyder's maybe a 7, 7.5.
I'd give the original 4.5. Zack Snyder's about a 7, 8. 8 is being
generous. I give the original about a 4, and I give Zack Snyder 7.5.
Okay.
So it's a significant improvement on the first one.
Just the added context alone brought up a lot of points.
I feel like it would have been greater if they found a way to cut this down to
3 hours.
2 hours and 30 minutes. At most.
Even 3 hours, because there was some meat that he could cut.
Yeah.
Even 3 hours, I would be okay with that. I mean, but look, I'm glad that they didn't try to squeeze the fucking money from you and chop this up into 2 hours of bullshit. Each like 2 films of 2 hours of bullshit. You know what I mean? At least they didn't try to be like, we're gonna give you part 1 and we're gonna give you part 2, and 30 minutes of each is gonna be contrived bullshit, which you don't really need to know. It's just filler shit.
Exactly.
You know? They didn't try to squeeze the money out of you. They were like, hey, this is Zack Snyder's vision. This is what we're giving you, and take with it what you will. And you know, some people liked it, some people don't. I fucking loved it. I have my problems with it, but at the end of the day, dude, it made a lot more sense than Joss Whedon's version.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot more sense. Holy fuck.
Alright, so moving on from that. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out this weekend as well.
Yes, it did.
So apparently you guys, or at least Dracula, had gripes. Me personally, I feel like it was I'd give this episode a 9 out of 10, honestly. Like, I really liked how they really slowed down and they, like, made me care about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because going into the show, like, I was not excited for it at all. Like, they're honestly, like, the characters I thought were the most boring in the MCU besides War Machine. So I definitely didn't have high hopes going in, but, like, seeing, like, the internal struggles they were going throughout the episode really made me appreciate them more, and now I say I do care about these characters, and I'm interested to see where the show goes from here.
They're basically giving you something that you didn't get with those characters in the movies because so much is going on. Yeah. You don't get to see who these characters are.
Right.
Like you don't get to see Sam with, his family and his nephews and his sister. You don't get to see, Bucky actually dealing with, like, his issues problems, and actually
PTSD.
Actually doing other things other than fighting people. You get a whole lot, like with Justice League, you get a lot more context to these individuals or whatever. And I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I probably would give it about a 7.5, 8, but it felt like the beginning of a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It felt like the beginning of the movie. So we're like, because you're like, you might have said that it was boring. I didn't see it as boring. I felt like that would be like the first 30 minutes of a movie.
Right.
So where it's like, you get a little bit of action and a little bit of action here and there, but it's more like the exposition and explaining where everything is. And how more episodes go on, we'll see a lot more, action and stuff like that. So.
Dracula, what do you think about it?
So, I mean, look, I'm the only one that has anything negative to say about it, and it's really not too much negative. Like, I love the fucking show. I love how they introduced Falcon. Holy shit, that whole sequence was just...
And I just want to say before you go on, a lot of people didn't know that, at least I think, that was the same guy from the beginning of Winter Soldier. That Captain America fought, the French guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know the guy...
Yeah, Backtrack to Lethal.
Yeah, isn't he like one of the best fighters in the comic? Like one of the better hand-to-hand fighters in the comics? Like his character?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a French dude. Yeah, his name is Brett Trox the Leaper. Like,
yeah,
like being like jumping around and kicking and everything else. That's like
a lot of people were like questioning why he was able to hold his own, but for people that didn't know, like that's like comically accurate.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like I immediately recognized him. I immediately was like, yo, from Winter Soldier, Batroc, he's that.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, a lot of people probably didn't catch on to that because Winter Soldier was so long ago, but I immediately picked him out. It was pretty cool.
One thing, and I know I'm going way off on a tangent here but we are going into Disney Plus territory. I was watching the whole Bucky Barnes scene where he's kind of like describing his shit to the therapist and stuff like that, and the only thing I was thinking was, holy fuck, that is Luke Skywalker. Holy shit. He looks like Mark Hamill. He looks like a young fucking Mark Hamill. The whole time I'm like, that's a young Luke Skywalker. I'm looking at him, especially with the short hair. Dude, put the side-by-side pictures. It makes sense. So, because I know that I've heard rumors that they're talking about doing a Luke Skywalker show. If you don't use him, you're dumb. Like Disney, you have him. You have him as a Winter Soldier. He looks like a fucking young Luke Skywalker, and it was just bugging me out the whole show. Especially when he's sitting there talking to the therapist. I'm like, how was he not related to Mark Hamill? They look so alike. But yeah, so I was watching that. Dude, I loved it. I absolutely fucking loved. I loved the opening scene with Falcon. But it didn't start off as slow as WandaVision, but it did start off like we're gonna ease you into these characters. But my thing is this gonna be like WandaVision, where it's just one series and that's it, or is it gonna be a continuous show? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Especially with the name part is throwing me off because I'm guessing by the end of the series, he's gonna be Captain America. That'll be my guess by the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. We know that one of them is gonna be Captain America by the end of the series.
So, they would have to rename the show. Is it gonna be Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Like,
true, yeah.
Falcon.
So, and if that's the case, dude, I would love that. Like, Disney, please give me more one shots. Give me one season, just something, some anthology. And just keep it going. It feels like you're reading a fucking comic.
Yeah.
And a good note that something that when I was watching it, I was like, are they doing this? But I don't think they're doing it because it's not really a backstory. You know the guy in the military that he's working with, that Sam is working with, the guy that he's in the other country with?
Yes.
Apparently, he actually is the Falcon in the comic book.
So he takes over the mantle. I saw that too. I saw that too, yes.
I guess that's why he got so much screen time.
As I was watching, I'm like, are they going there? But in the comics, he doesn't have the same backstory. So that's why I was originally confused. I'm like, is he supposed to be who he's supposed to be?
But then, they go with the different backstories.
The writer, the guy who actually created the character, Nick Spencer, I saw his Instagram post of like, it's amazing when one of your characters end up on screen. And like he actually created that character in a Captain America run that I love. It's called Sam Wilson, Captain America Sam Wilson. And it's just about Captain America, Sam Wilson as Captain America, and that's when they introduced that new Falcon, or whatever. So, but his backstory is completely different. Well, I don't want to say completely different because we haven't actually seen a lot of his backstory in the show yet. So they might find a way to like weave in the comic backstory into the show, But in the comic book, he wasn't a soldier, and he wasn't like in the military and any of that other stuff. But I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, especially because I love that Captain America run with Sam Wilson. Like, I love that run. And a thing about that run that I noticed with this show is I feel like they're pulling a lot from that run because in that run, U.S. Agent, who was introduced at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, in that run of the comics, Sam Wilson and the U.S. Agent fight because he's telling Sam that, yo, you got to give up the shield. You shouldn't be Captain America. That's their biggest issue. They're fighting because.
So that's his. Hold up, you just kind of spoiled. That's his name.
U.S. Agent.
That's his name.
Yeah. U.S. Agent.
Bro.
Yep. And the comic book is U.S. Agent, and the comic book just like in the comic book, he was originally made to replace Captain America. No, way back decades because he's been around for decades. Mm-hmm. But he was originally made to replace Captain America. But the problem with him, he's not Captain America. Like I think I told y'all last week that
he ain't bright.
He's Captain America, right wing. Like,
yeah. That's the Trump Captain America. I remember that.
I mean, he's still technically a hero, but he's more conservative. That's what he's more conservative. To where but yeah, in that comic run, him and Sam Wilson are actually fighting because he's trying to take the shield away from Sam, telling Sam you shouldn't be Captain America. Mm-hmm. Now there's more subtext to that scene that I doubt they're actually going to do in the movie because the subtext to that scene is that Captain America, Steve Rogers, tells the U.S. Agent to go and fight Sam Wilson, but that's because Steve Rogers in the comic book at that time was secretly evil.
Oh.
So, but they're not going to actually do that in this series at all.
I was going to say, goddamn.
Yeah, that's when in the comic book Steve Rogers. I
mean, we have in comics Steve Rogers going Hail Hydra, so come on.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the whole thing. That was the whole subtext of why he told U.S. Agent like, "Yo, take the shield from Sam." Mm-hmm. And while the U.S. Agent is fighting Sam, the U.S. Agent kept saying like, "You don't know what's really going on. You don't really know like what's really up. Like your boy is the one who sent me to fight you." Right. They're not going to actually do that. But like I said, they're pulling a lot from that run, that Nick Spencer run of Sam.
I'm looking forward. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they're doing. I mean, they do some good shit. For as much shit as people talk about WandaVision. Yeah, WandaVision started off slow. If you didn't give it a chance, you would miss out. But you know what? They experimented, and it paid off. Mm-hmm.
And that's my thing about people saying, oh, the MCU don't experiment, the MCU doesn't try anything new. Well, when they try something new, you hate it.
Yeah.
So it's like, my thing is, say what the problem really is. Mm. You want the MCU to do something dark and bloody. It's not that you want them to do something different. You want them to do something dark and bloody.
You want them to become DC, and it's just like...
Exactly.
They can do that, but it's easy. Whereas we can film something weird, and you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? But if you keep watching it, it'll pay off. Just keeping.
Yeah, I don't get that because I feel like the MCU, like, it doesn't feel the same. The movies don't feel samey. Like we were talking about it earlier. Like Winter Soldier's like this spy thriller, and then you got Guardians of the Galaxy, and then you got.
They don't feel the same. It's a lazy. It was definitely a lazy. It's always been a lazy critique that they felt the same. Exactly. They feel like they're in the same universe at most, but they never feel the same.
Yeah. Just because they all have comedy does not mean they're the same.
No, one is sci-fi, one's a spy thriller, one is a kind of a comedy road trip movie. Each one has its own type of feel.
Right.
So you can't sit there and tell me that Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man, is the same as every other.
Yeah, it's a heist movie. It really was. You got Ant-Man. Ant-Man's a heist movie. Like it's just each character feels like has its own. It dips its toes in its genres. You got Ant-Man, heist movie. Captain America, it's this espionage movie. You got Avengers, it's the big ensemble cast. So to say that every Marvel movie is just an easy cop out is just to say that it's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. No, it's not. It's an easy cop out.
And the people who say that, I always go through their likes, and it's always just like they're like Snyder fans, they're DC fans. Well, once I see that, I just ignore it. I just be like, oh. Whatever.
And this is coming from someone who's a huge DC fan, bro. I love fucking Batman. Like, I grew up with Batman. My uncles used to call me Batman because they would come to my house and in my bedroom on my fucking... We had a fireplace. We were in, like, one of those old, like, 1900 Brooklyn houses. On my fireplace, I had, like, just a bunch of statues of Batman. There you go. There goes Weapon X.
I love DC stuff.
I love
and that's
DC.
why I really like I have tons of the animated movies. I love DC stuff. So I don't understand why some people can't do it. Like they can't enjoy both.
Yeah.
It has to be one or the other for some
No.
people, and I never understood that.
Each one has its own good things. Like
Mm-hmm.
DC. Look,
Yeah.
DC's animated movies are fan-fucking-tastic.
Phenomenal. Amazing.
No comparison. And then you have Marvel, who built up 10 years of superheroes and story, and was just like, this is our culmination of 10 fucking years. Plop. And
with rarely any bad movies. They've got like maybe like 3-4 bad movies total out of like 20.
Right?
Exactly. And that's why I thought it was lazy. Like some people go on like, this Snyder film is better than Endgame. I feel like even comparing it to Endgame is an insult to Endgame because Endgame is the combination of like 22 movies.
Yeah.
And all come together. It was like a swan song to everything that came before. You can't sit there and tell me like, come on, you can't even compare that. It's lazy thing.
Anyone who calls Endgame trash, bro, like I can't take them seriously. Like you went into it wanting it to be trash. So
It's
you're
any
looking for
other
any
movie.
reason to call it
Can
that.
it have improvements? Yes. Did it need to be as long? No. However, dope fucking film. The way they ended it.
Endgame was everything I
mad at
wanted it to be.
I'm not fucking mad at it.
I was sitting there back to Falcon and Winter Soldier. You see how they have the red the red thing on their face or whatever with the black mask or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's one red-haired girl that you see. You don't even really see her face because she puts on a mask before. But I'm guessing in the comic book, Red Skull has a daughter named Sin. I'm guessing that's who that is. That would be my guess. I don't know for a fact that's what it is, but that would be my guess. She's like, in the comics, she's, the Red Skull's daughter.
Right.
Her name is Sin. And she's like a redhead. That would be my guess of who that actually is. I'm not sure for sure or not.
Wasn't, in the first Captain America movie, Red Skull was like, wasn't his, like, plan, like, kind of the same as what they were talking about? Like, in the show? Like, wasn't he trying to, unite, like, the countries or whatever? And, like, make it under his role or something?
Under Hitler.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, but different. It's kind of the same.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
just not as mustache twirlingly evil, but...
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's always the thing about why you can never have... I mean, I'm sure there's people who love the Red Skull, but you can never say you love the Red Skull like you can say, I love Magneto or I love Dr. Doom, because the Red Skull is a Nazi. Like, how much could you love him?
You can love him as a villain, maybe, but even then, that's kind of a stretch.
Yeah,
you can love to hate him, but you can't love him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess you could love him the same amount that you could probably love somebody like Joffrey in Game of Thrones.
Right. Oh God. I personally, now that you brought it, I can't wait for them to bring Dr. Doom into the MCU.
Oh man, I can't wait for it. Dr. Doom is literally he might be my favorite villain, and I love him, and I can't wait for them to bring him.
I feel since Kevin Feige said they're not gonna do an overarching plot for a while, I feel like King maybe is gonna be a phase, or maybe 2 at most. They're gonna deal with King, and then they'll introduce Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably how they're going to do, especially My thing, I always like. I never even cared. Well, not cared about the Fantastic Four in the MCU. At some point, I want them to be there. But my thing about bringing the Fantastic Four into the MCU was always I wanted Doctor Doom, and I need Doctor Doom in the MCU.
Who'd you
Doctor Doom
cast?
I don't know. I'm terrible at fan casting. I'm terrible at it. So I don't even know. Like
I know this gets brought up a lot, but I feel like I fucking the guy from The Office. Like, I don't think there could be a better Reed Richards than that guy.
Who?
What's his name? John Krasinski or something?
The one that did
Like, he just has the look down.
yeah,
like,
with the big ears.
besides
John
that,
Krasinski.
I feel like the original Fantastic Four movies got their cast perfectly too.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Those movies are not as bad as people try to say.
they're not. No, they
They're-
aren't.
No, exactly. They aren't as bad as people try to make
For
them
the
out.
time, it was dope.
But they definitely fucked up Doctor Doom and Galactus. But besides that, the cast was perfect.
Yeah, Reed was excellent. Their Reed was excellent. Like
Yeah,
Jessica
he was
Alba,
okay.
Sue Storm, I like
Yeah.
her.
she was dope.
Yeah, Johnny Storm was perfect. Well, Ben Grimm, he sounded like Ben Grimm. He was perfect.
Exactly.
But they could have gotten
They
more
had-
actor for that.
They had that one down pat.
I even like their Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
Mhm. Just not bringing the Galactic Storm. That was
yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of it's kind of cringe, bro.
Oh, speaking of that, when are they gonna do something with Adam Warlock in the MCU? Like, they showed him and then nothing since.
Yeah, I don't know.
You had to ask, what's his name? James Gunn.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna play into the Thanos story since he was like a big player in the comics, like again in Infinity War. But
Exactly.
He didn't even show up.
No, I thought that was weird too. Like he's actually a big factor in like the conflict with Thanos. So I don't know why they didn't introduce him, but hopefully we get him at some point. They're doing all these shows now. You never know what they're gonna. What's the next show that they're gonna have?
Right.
Falcon. Back to the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's crazy that not crazy like that. Bucky is actually like made friends with this dude that he actually killed his son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really
Like-
good.
Yeah, it's a really good plot development, but I'm just thinking that fact that like that's kind of fucked up.
I mean,
Yeah.
just comics in general.
Ugh.
That
That's
just makes the line hit harder from Civil War when Iron Man's like, "Do you even remember them?" He's like, "I remember everyone." That makes that line
Yeah.
hit so much harder.
Mhm. Yep, that he remembers the guy. He remembers every person he killed as the Winter Soldier. And that scene was awesome. That
Mhm.
scene when he was Winter Soldier. Cause I'm like, hold on, he's back there in the Winter Soldier again. I was like,
Yeah,
then I
Yeah,
saw,
with the fucking hair and shit.
yeah. Then I saw his arm. I'm like, okay, this
Mhm.
is actually the past. That's all
Yeah.
of you got.
Because I was sitting there, I was like, bro.
yeah. I did
Yeah.
have to like think about like, oh, hold on, what? And then he woke up.
Yeah.
As soon as I
But
saw
like
the
that
arm,
whole-
I was like, yeah.
What I liked about that, honestly, was like the whole way they kind of like approached PTSD. Like they didn't approach it as
Mhm.
like some kind of like stigma. They were like, because that really is how some people approach it, how they approach trauma and shit like that. Like they don't really want to verbalize it. And so like that whole scene was actually really impressive how they kind of handled something as sensitive as that subject. And it was really powerful to see both that and just how well Sebastian Stan handles that fucking emotion in that scene, dude. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
They
And
really
it didn't feel
under-
preachy, and it didn't feel like pretentious or anything.
Right. He felt like it. To me, I felt like after seeing that, I was like, yo, Sebastian Stan's kind of underutilized in the Marvel universe. Like, he's a dope fucking actor.
Yeah.
I always thought
They
they were
got-
gonna save like his like stuff for after Steve Rogers is dealt with.
Yeah.
I always knew that like ever since Winter Soldier, like, oh yeah, they're probably gonna save his good stuff for after.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It really
Mhm.
does. Because otherwise, I mean, you have someone like him with, Chris Evans, and you're just like, well, it's Chris Evans.
I think the cool thing about them doing Falcon and the Winter Soldier is like, in the comics, both the characters have been Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the cool thing about like, and like the trailers have shown like both of them using their shields in the TV show or whatever. So like I think that's both cool. Like it's cool, but definitely Sam was the Captain America I like the most.
Yeah.
Sam is definitely. I don't think Bucky, and even Bucky will say in the comic books later that Bucky knows he should not be Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's well aware of that, and like he'll say that now to this day. And like he's not, he's Captain America.
I feel like picking up the Cap shield should, like, you should feel the same way as when someone picks up Mjolnir or something.
Right?
Like they gotta be ready.
That's a fucking responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something anybody can pick up.
And that's what makes it so cool. Like when Sam says in like he said it in Endgame, and he says it again in this show, is that this feels like somebody else's. Like he feels the weight of this shield.
Yeah.
Like he isn't taking it like
this the responsibility of the shield. Like
he's gonna have to earn
meaning. Yes.
Yeah. Yep, he's gonna have to earn it. So that's when, at the end of the show, you see this fucking guy.
It makes you feel achy and itchy.
Yeah, like
yeah, just like, oh, who are you? I want to fuck you up, bro. Like, just
he didn't
make
even
me
do anything.
You just make me weird. Yeah, like I just saw your face, but like you got the face.
He
You
didn't
want
even
to
do
punch,
anything
bro.
wrong.
Like I got mad tight. I was like, yo, fucking.
And he did nothing wrong. Now that you think about it.
He literally just showed up. He was like, hi guys, and I'm like, I want to fucking hit you so bad.
Yeah. You have a face I want to punch.
It kind of feels like Homelander. Like when Homelander showed up, like you knew he was a dick, but he didn't do anything yet.
Right.
He's
like, I know you're gonna be a dick, aren't you? He's like, yeah, all right. You got that face I want to fucking punch.
He's way too nice. Way too nice.
That's why it was perfect casting for this guy. Like clearly they casted the right guy. That as soon as you look at him, you fucking
Just the way he walked in, he just looked like,
hi guys. I'm like, wanna fucking
fuck you.
And it couldn't be any more disrespectful that Sam had this whole public speech of saying that this shield,
right?
belongs to Steve
Like
Rogers.
you literally just did that, and you're just like, hey guys.
Like if I was Sam, I would feel so disrespected. Like, how dare you? Like, what the fuck? I just did all that. And then
Sam sitting there watching, I'm like, these motherfuckers, man.
How dare you?
Yo,
Like,
yo, mad rude.
like, you made everything I just said earlier completely pointless. Like, what are you doing?
So bad.
But I definitely enjoy. I enjoyed the Rhodey cameo.
Yeah.
Definitely seeing Rhodey
yeah.
again. War Machine.
One last time.
Yeah, I'm like,